What do you mean they try again? What? What's going on here? What's wrong with the camera? Settings. Oh, bitch. This nigga has the motherfucker, by the way. Let me go fast for him. I am the nigga, Young Galt. This high ass nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about Vaseline. Back in the day, crack was jumping on the scene. Now they slumped on the sidewalk. Can't talk. Golden era faded, but we still feel the rock. They used to be kings, now they lost in the scheme. Popping them bottles, throwing money, living dreams. Now they sold out and mumbling, fumbling. No rhythm in the city, the whole shit crumbling. They used to rock the house, they was riding through the streets. Remember there was dancing, sliding to the beat. Now it's poison in their veins, ain't no pulse on the street. Guess it's over now, they accepted defeat. Back in the day, the rock had them wild and free. Different story now, they got no energy. The new drums got M slow with the hit unload. Eyes closed and they don't dance no more. Rock used to be jumping, top shit they was on. Now it's lights out, guess the thrill is gone.
I am the nigga, Young Galt. rough, rockin' and rollin'.
They don't dance no more. It's all about the codeine. Back in the day, they was rocking on the scene. Even dancing in the rain. Now they nodding off. Shit just don't hit the same.
I am that nigga that got me. Let me shoot me, keep my mic up here. God damn, man. I woke up this morning, boy, I was at Negro fatigue on high. And I was just scrolling through Twitter and shit, and I said, man, oh man. I was just thinking about the Puffy trial. I said, man, these niggas gonna let Puffy off. I'm like, shit, why wouldn't he? No, I can't see how they could see how he did anything. All he doing is a little fucking freaking off and shit. And yeah, I just said, man, ain't no way in the hell a nigga gonna figure out and gonna convict that man of that. And you know, you can see that I guess he has protesters outside now. The blacks are out openly openly rooting for Puffy now. And that's very interesting considering, you know, what he you know, his behavior, you know, clearly the blacks are rooting. Give me 1 second, I gotta warm up my coffee. And you know, the blacks are clearly, they're rooting for Puffy. They're rooting real hard for him. And you know, I tend to think he might get off because when you think about it, the blacks are not going to be able to, you know, discern between sex trafficking and he just freaking off. Right? You know, how many blacks will look at this and say, he just freaking, you know, and he didn't do nothing wrong. You know, yeah, he videotaped her and held it over her head, but a lot of niggas videotaped it. You know, I think that, you know, it's another one of those seminal points in America where I think and I'm trying to, and I had a topic about this, and give me 1 second, I need to put some sugar or something in my coffee. Give me 1 minute. And so, you know, I'm just sitting here and I'm thinking about Puffy's the woman's husband. Give me 1 second. How much? Yeah. Fucking I gotta use honey instead. No fucking sugar in this house. Yeah, damn. It's a fucking honey it is. Give me 1 second. 1 fucking second to get this honey. Raw and unfiltered honey, by the way. I got raw and unfiltered. Give me a second. Put this shit in here. And so yeah, so I was watching I woke up in Virginia, to be honest with you, this morning. I had my lovely lady Lisa, and she just happened to, she said, I see Be Brave on some YouTube channel. I said, what, Brave? And I said, what the fuck is Brave talking about? I know Brave is giving it to him whenever he's online. So I said, where is Brave? And he apparently he's on some nigga Freezy, No Captivity with Freezy, whatever the fuck his name is. I think the nigga a little slow. Nigga accused me of being a crackhead or something. I think, nigga, I don't smoke no drugs other than marijuana, but you know, he has the cake for the niggers. I guess them fucking black niggers on his channel that send him super chats for him to make up excuses about the black fatigue. That's who he probably capes to. So the nigger had to criticize me, call me some kind of motherfucking drug addict and shit. And that is the thing. That is the motherfucking thing. These niggas bring a lot of heat for a nigga like John Galt, but they got no fucking heat for the blacks they run from. They ain't got no fucking heat. They'll get up there, talk shit about Be Brave and every other motherfucker. They call them niggas and coons and shit, but they don't want to live around them niggas. And I started saying, you know, actually, you know, I could punish these black motherfuckers the way that these niggas can't put their hands on them. And I said, you know, I could just stop renting these fucking niggas. I'm sure I put these fucking niggas outside. I have their ass living in shantytown landfills. I have these motherfucking niggas living in landfills. Yes, I will. Freezy and all you black niggers, you're not gonna come rent to these niggas. I promise you. promise you, you're not going to do it. You're going to take your black ass to them white neighborhoods, and you're going to be comfortable over there, and you're going to sit there, and you're going to try your best to assimilate. But then you want these white people to accept you, nigga. They don't want you there. They don't want you there. And I was talking to my lovely lady, Lisa, this morning. We're going to call her at some point. And I said, Lisa, I said, these white people, they live over here. These people didn't want you here. More than likely, you're black. They're looking at seeing what all happens when blacks come around, and they're hoping that you're a good one. But they don't want to fucking take a chance. I think you can be honest by admitting that. I seen that if you move to the ghetto, you kind of fill a void because there aren't a lot of people that want to buy those properties where, around other blacks. But over here, you just filler, right? Anybody will come and live here. But around the blacks, the freezes of the world, that fucking niggers, Mo Love, whatever the fuck her name is, none of these people want to live around, but none of these motherfuckers will admit. You know what would happen to a nigga like Mo Love if she came running, walk around in the ghetto? I wonder, does she know what would happen to her? Right? If the niggas are breaking in my house, what the fuck you think they gonna do to a black woman? Rape her, maybe? Kill her? That's what she afraid of. But she can't be honest. These fucking niggas walk around here every fucking day thinking that they built this country, they did all this shit. It was a nigga on that fucking Freezer channel telling him, be brave, that white folks ought to go back somewhere. Go where? Why should they leave, nigga? They done built all this shit up here. Nigga, possession is 9/10 of the law. Right? And the nigga was like, but you stole everything. Okay, again, nigga, possession is 9/10 of the law. If you couldn't keep them from stealing it, it's theirs now. Right? If a nigga break in my house and start squatting, he stay there long enough, it's his house. It ain't mine no more. You can't defend it, you can't own it. You don't own it. And these blacks want to tell the white folk. And like, I heard a crazy nigga. It was a crazy nigga, and I'm gonna put it up. He was on the freezing niggas talking about blacks were here before whites. How were they? Where do these niggas keep coming up with this shit from? Where do they keep coming up with it from? Who is telling them this? And if you were here before whites, what were you doing before the white man got here with the land? What were you doing, nigga? You and the Indians. What were you and the Indian niggers doing? Nothing. You were doing nothing. So the white man came, took shit, and shaped this shit up, right? You have no ownership over this, nigga. You didn't build this. You didn't write no constitution. Your people couldn't have uttered out the fucking constitution. They couldn't have grunted it out, nigga. You and the Indians together couldn't come up with a fucking constitution. And here I am being told by some dirty black ass nigga that want to live around white people that they built this country. I mean, it's just really, really amazing. And I got to thinking about the Nagasaki. And there always used to be pictures around the people that the niggers would call racist. You should talk about Nagasaki after the atomic bomb, and you got Detroit, no bomb. And which one looks better? You mean to tell me you niggers really think y'all can build something? You ought to really be embarrassed. You ought to really be embarrassed. I know you can't be embarrassed, but you niggers ought to be embarrassed. Every day you walk out your house in your white folk neighborhood and you know none of this could have been created by your own fucking people. You're using up, taking up space from these fucking white people. Let these white people have their neighborhoods back, nigga. Let them go to their parks and be safe again, right? Go to your own parks, nigga. You got parks in your neighborhood. You got schools. You got all this shit. The other day, I made a mistake and deleted the fucking the street interviews. And it's a damn shame that I did, because it really shows you. But I got one of them that was real good. Give me 1 second. Look at my fucking light here. I got one of them that was real good. Y'all remember that black ass woman, old black woman? She's a nice lady, seemingly enough. And she had 2 of her children graduated from Ivy League college. Y'all remember that? Anyone remember that shit? She was like, yeah, my daughter, she's going to Columbia. And my son, he graduated from Harvard. I said, well, what does the son do? Oh, he a dean at a college. I said, oh, okay. So he back on the dole. He a government monkey. Back on the government dole, extended welfare handout. And she said, my daughter's about to go and she's going to be a climate change professor. All this fucking education. She about to go to Columbia to get a PhD in climate change or whatever the fuck that shit was. I'm like, man, this education ain't doing these niggas no good. It's not doing them any good. Mm-hmm. But the one interview I do have, I saved it to my road. I meant to do that with all the interviews, but maybe I'll go back at it, recreate some magic again. I want you to listen to this interview.
Just want to go for that.
Have you ever dated a DL black man? Or dealt with a DL black man?
I did once, yes.
And what was that like?
Exhausting.
Why? It's fatiguing, nigga. Just dealing with these niggas, even fucking them. It's fatiguing. It was exhausting. It was exhausting. You niggas are just exhausting.
Exhausting.
Why? Everybody got that fatigue, nigga. Everybody got that fatigue. You black motherfuckers, niggers like Freezy and all you stupid son bitches. You ain't got to do 12 hours to figure it out, nigga. You ain't got to do, all you got to do is go down your Twitter stream, your Instagram stream. Nigga, if you live around blacks, nigga, the answer is already there because the most fatigued niggas, I promise you, the most fatigued people, the people that's most fatigued are the niggas, are people like this man.
Because he wanted all.
What do you mean?
He wanted woman and all sex.
A DL black man, or dealt with a DL black man?
I did once, yes.
And what was that like?
Exhausting.
Why?
Because he wanted all.
He wanted. What do you mean? It's just exhausting to deal with these stupid motherfuckers. They want everything. And they can't create shit. They want everything. Freak off niggas. Puffy wanted everything. All these niggas want everything. They don't want work. They just want to. Yeah, I was reading that Puffy, that fucking nigger. You know how many blacks have looked up to that fucking nigger? Black. You know how many blacks? Hold on. Anyone remember this? Anyone remember this? Anyone remember this? Go ahead. Give me one second. I can't play. Give me one second.
First of all, I'd like to thank God. Second of all, I'd like to thank my whole entire Death Row family on both sides, you know what I'm saying? I'd like to tell Tupac, keep his guards up. We ride with him. And one other thing I'd like to say, any artists out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video, all on the record.
Main character.
Dancing. Come to Death Row.
Come to Death Row, nigga. You want some motherfuckers ain't dancing, that nigga.
Don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video,
dancing shit,
all on the record,
dancing and shit.
Dancing.
Yeah.
Come to Death Row.
Come to Death Row, you motherfuckers. He telling you then, this nigga here, he's just like all the rest of the niggas. Homosexual nigga. I've been asking, why is it so many fucking homosexual niggas? Why is it so many motherfucking homosexual niggas? It just gets so fucking exhausting. It just gets so motherfucking exhausting.
He wanted woman and a man, and he
wanted everything. They have no core. They have no base. Many of these blacks, they ain't got no goddamn constitution about themselves. And so the behavior that you see out here, these motherfuckers, this is why they don't understand. The nigga people are fucking tired of you motherfuckers. They're tired, man. You walk down the street, these niggas got their pit bulls loose. You walk down the street, their music is blasting. 8 o'clock in the morning. I done showed it to y'all. And you have a fucking nigger saying, well, John, that probably is anecdotal evidence. Well, hell, what else do we have, nigger? Ain't no statistics, ain't no government creating no statistics on this shit, nigga. This is all you're gonna get. Nobody's gonna be honest with your black ass, except for that white woman. She told you it. And you lucky she wasn't even talking to you, one of your black ass niggas, but you want to take up the mountain. You know what's so crazy? Motherfucking crazy. Oh, motherfucking crazy. I go on the panel and the bitch said, Mo Love, boy, what the fuck her name is? She said, don't say the ER word, John. Don't say. I said, what the fuck are they acting like, goddamn it? They act like it. Why the fuck are they so afraid of that goddamn word? Why are they so afraid of that goddamn word? Why does that word do something to them? But the behavior of these niggas, they can overlook that. They can overlook it. They can look right in it. They can look right into it. They walk in their fucking store. I was in the goddamn store today. Oh, man, mercy. Yeah, it was yesterday. I went in the fucking store and bought some goddamn toothpaste. And you tell me niggas ain't tired of fatigue, do you motherfuckers? When there's a goddamn CVS, it looked like a fucking jailhouse commissary. Everything locked up, nigga. Who you think they locking that shit up for? Nigga, we didn't have to live like this before you niggas got off the leash. CVS stores. Shit locked up. Product locked up. Nigga, they locking up everything. Locked up. You got to go ask them, hey, man, I want some toothpaste. Can you come down here from behind the register? Look at this shit. This ain't nothing but niggles. This is niggle fatigue, nigga. This is technology addressing niggle fatigue, and it's creating more niggle fatigue because you want to stop them. If you want to stop them from stealing, you got to inconvenience everybody else. Listen what he's saying. Nigga. Oh, I can't load it the better day every day. Where the fuck my phone at? What's in my goddamn phone? Gotta find that motherfucker. I got my other phone here. I'm fucking going. Anyway, you go in CVS, you gotta be shopping like you're in a fucking prison commissary. The niggers have done this. This is all nigger. This is all nigger. This is all nigger. Look at this shit. You in fucking nice neighborhood, you got white people who wouldn't have to shop like this if it wasn't for you fucking niggers. Look at this shit. CVS stores. I'm just showing you, just right here in DC, nigga. DC, CVS stores, theft. Look at this shit. Nigga, this is Negro fatigue right here. This is everyday nigga. Everyday nigga. CVS stores. Niggas just rob them. Robbing their grandmammy's drugstore. Grandmammy can't even go get no drugs. At least 60 CVS stores robbed in 10 days. Look at all these fucking articles. This is fatigue, nigga. Do you niggas not understand? Do it have to be spelled?
Now DC police need your help to find the 3 people accused.
We gotta fucking brand this shit on your forehead, nigga, so you understand? Don't nobody want to live like this, nigga. You creating a condition where everybody has to live like niggers.
Of stealing from a CVS and pointing a gun at a special police officer. So take a look. These suspects were caught on surveillance cameras, and investigators say this all happened at the store on Bladensburg Road in Northeast around 8 o'clock Saturday.
That's just Bladensburg. That's just one. And look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at this shit every day.
New tonight, CVS stores are being ransacked across the country, or rather the city. The country and the city, actually. Here, check this out. So these are shelves that are pretty much empty at the CVS in Columbia Heights near the metro.
Yeah, you may have seen this in your neighborhood too. It's part of an apparent organized crime wave of organized retail crime across the DC area and the country. Employees at the Columbia Heights CVS in Northwest tell our Leslie Moreno, people walk in and out with bags and boxes of stolen items every single day.
Customers walk out in disbelief.
I was just sitting there with nothing in there to buy.
It's been happening frequently, 6 months to a year.
Food, diapers, makeup, and medication people rely on gone.
I guess we just ain't supposed to get tired of this shit, huh? You know, they just gonna make us live like this, and we ain't gonna supposed to be pointing no fingers. Don't attribute no blame. Don't don't assume that anyone would ever get fucking tired of this shit. When everybody was just one group of
Like myself, I get medication there, and it's gonna be off before to go anywhere.
Look at this stupid ass nigga. Nigga, your grandson's stealing. Your grandson, your nephew, your uncle, your daddy, your mom, somebody in your fucking family is probably going in the store stealing, nigga.
Where to go anywhere else to get my medication? You know, this is the closest place you can go.
Hey, they closed the Columbia Heights one store down, DMV. These niggas straight closed the drugstore down. Nigga, you don't believe me? Look. DC, Columbia Heights, CVS. They moved to the white neighborhood, nigga. Look. Where's Arthur? Where's Arthur? It's gotta be. Yeah, there it is right there. Fatigue, nigga. This
New tonight, the
look like.
CVS in Columbia Heights that made national headlines for its bare shelves, repeatedly picked clean by shoplifters, is closing. News 4's Jackie Benson talked to shoppers tonight who see this closure as a blow to their neighborhood.
CVS did not give a specific reason for the announcement that it will close.
Nobody does. Nobody can. Nobody can say. That's the fatigue, nigga. See, a lot of these dumb niggas, so for you niggas that got a little bit of intelligence, just a little bit. All it takes is a little. Nigga, you got to understand that people might not come out and tell your black ass, but they don't want you around. This is an affluent neighborhood, nigga. Costs a lot of money to live here. I interviewed an African nigga. Well, he said he from Gambia, Ghana. I don't know where the fuck he from. He said he paid $2,400 to live around here for one bedroom. $2,400. We've interviewed people here who said they paid $3,000. Remember that couple? I think they said they paid $3,800 or some shit like that. And here they got to be inconvenienced because there are some poor niggers that live here, right? They live in the projects. They don't afford to live here. They live in the projects. And the projects are blocked down from this store, due south. That's where all the niggers are. And they come here and they steal out this fucking CVS. And matter of fact, I'm going to show you this. Look. DC, CVS, theft, property sold outside. Sold outside. Right outside the motherfucker. Right out there. Look at this shit. This is what fatigue looks like, nigger. For you fucking niggers that are a little too dense to goddamn understand it. This is what it looks like. In Washington, D.C., there's a trend of stolen CVS merchandise being resold on the streets and online. And there are videos of these niggas selling this shit right in front of the CVS that they stole it from. Have mercy. This is what fatigue looks like, nigger. Do you fucking understand? To that big black dumbass nigga, JP, and that fucking nigga that accommodates that nigga, that freezy retard nigga. Do they not understand this shit? Do they fucking not understand this shit? And then you go here, DC, CVS, Columbia Heights. What's a DMVville? What's the neighborhood next to Columbia Heights? Columbia Heights, Mount Pleasant. Let's see what it said. What it say? Video. What's it gonna say? What? Columbia Heights? And then I think they didn't close the one in Mount Pleasant though. They didn't close that one. That's the white neighborhood with the Spanish. They live over there. So they kept that one open, but they closed the one where the niggers are. That's fatigue for you motherfucking dense niggers that don't understand shit and need it spelled out to you, motherfucker. You think this is anecdotal, nigga, that the CVS just closed? Is that anecdotal too? You fucking stupid, dumb fucking niggas. You shouldn't even need
another CVS store will be closing in the district. CVS is planning to shut down the location on 10th Street and Northwest in Mount Vernon Square next month. So CVS says it considers many.
These are more stores closed. That ain't the Columbia Heights one. This is another one. You niggers are so destructive. Goddamn. Goddamn, nigga. I can't believe this shit is even, these fucking black niggers are even having to have a conversation. Does anyone remember this? Let's see. Let me see. Yeah, I think this is it right here. Yeah. Let's see. Anyone remember this here? Anyone remember this here? Oh yeah. This fatigue. Long coming, nigga. This is one store I'm fucking with. I know some of these black stupid niggas don't learn the word anecdotal in the last year or two. And they just attributing all this shit. This is just anecdotal. It's anecdotal. CVS is anecdotal. John Galt, what you doing is anecdotal. Man, I had a man calling here the other day. He got a job on Martin Luther King Avenue. I said, well, I got houses on Martin Luther King. Nigga, you better walk to work. That man said, I'd rather drive an hour than live somewhere unsafe. Well, what's unsafe, sir? What does unsafe look like? You can't say. During the Baltimore riots in 2015, a CVS pharmacy at the corner of West, North, and Pennsylvania Avenue was burned down and looted. Niggas burned the drugstore. They burnt the drugstore. This is just one industry that these niggers have absolutely fucking destroyed all over America, nigga. This is drugstores. I could go to grocery stores. Any kind of fucking store. They make these fucking niggas shop behind bulletproof goddamn cages. You know it's true, right? Look at it, Dylan. Let's see. And then the niggas act so stupid. The niggas act so stupid. Anyone remember this shit? I mean, niggers, the fatigue is high. You niggas better settle your black ass down because the fatigue is real high. And this is Philadelphia. I think this is an article. Yeah. The niggas wanted the stores to take down
legislation in Philadelphia on
goddamn cages. And see, niggas are so fucking dumb. They're so fucking dumb. They never say, well, why do they need cages in the first place?
Since businesses is calling for the removal of bulletproof glass windows that act as a barrier. Those in the store say it's a matter of safety. A member of City Council says the barriers are disrespectful to customers. Anita O joins us now from City Hall with...
They disrespect for the customers. That's what the niggers say. God damn. The niggers are disrespectful to themselves and each other by stealing, looting, burning. And then now you want to put up some kind of defense for yourself between these animal-like niggers. And the black-ass city council, they say, you need to be vulnerable to these niggers, right? Don't protect yourself. This is the fatigue setting in, people.
Both sides of the debate. Anita?
Good evening, Yuki. Well, this proposed bill tries to strengthen the requirements for businesses to keep or obtain a liquor license. For example, a large establishment would have to have seating for at least 30 people and a public restroom. But it also includes one requirement that has many business owners fighting back.
I think they're absolutely gambling with lives.
A proposed bill designed to regulate so-called stop-and-go businesses.
Look how niggas had shot. Look at niggas between 2 big, thick-ass inches of plexiglass. You niggers create this, and then you try to get a law. Instead of changing your fucking behavior, you want the laws to come and change other people's behavior as a response to your behavior. You see how fucking dumb and why the fatigue is here, nigger? Do you understand? These fucking niggas, it ought not be one more fucking panel about why is there white fatigue, black fatigue. You niggers ought to be able to understand. Look around yourself how you motherfuckers live. Can't you understand why nobody want to live around your black ass? It should be just as easy as anybody knows. I don't walk through the stores. I don't walk through fucking plexiglass. I've shown you niggas breaking in my houses. I've shown you niggas calling police to my houses. Niggas breaking each other's jaws. I was talking to my lovely lady, Lisa. And Lisa was like, she like, John, the niggas breaking in, it's that pales in comparison to the nigga that kicked your door in. I said, damn, I forgot about the nigga that kicked my door in. The fatigue is high, ladies and gentlemen, for you niggas that don't think it's real. Or maybe you fucking niggas got white fatigue too. But if you do, go back to your neighborhood. Get away from them white folk before they blow on your ass. They're tired of holding it in while you niggas are playing stupid and acting like it don't exist. Listen to these niggas.
In Philadelphia would also require some businesses to take down physical barriers, including bulletproof glass, a point of contention that drew hundreds of protesters to City Hall on Monday.
People wouldn't have bulletproof glass if it wasn't needed in the first place.
Cheeser Tran, whose family owns Red Fox Deli in North Philadelphia, says she supports the bill without that provision, adding that violent incidents.
Look at that fatigue setting in, nigga. The fatigue is rising. Just as high as that nigga climbing over the goddamn plexiglass, that's the fatigue of everybody else.
It's caught on surveillance video could have ended differently without bulletproof glass. The Councilwoman Cindy Bass, who sponsored the bill, says it's meant to target businesses violating laws or using loopholes.
They're not a restaurant at all, but sort of pose themselves as restaurants in communities. What if a customer is choking? What if there are other things happening? What if there's an allergic reaction?
Rich Kim, owner of Broad Deli, disagrees.
Amend the bill so that the plexiglass stays up and all the other issues can stay.
He says the son of the store's previous owner was shot and killed inside, and he fears what could happen if required to take the glass down.
I think it's actually threatening my life. And not only my life, my employees, but also the general public.
But some in the community say the bulletproof glass devalues customers and fosters a sense of distrust.
It is impersonal, presents the look of an illegal drug business passing merchandise through a cutout hole in the glass, and says to the community that I don't want human contact, just give me your money.
Now, Councilwoman Bass tells me she will not consider removing that provision about the bulletproof glass. She says that it exists in the bill for a reason. City Council is expected to vote on this legislation on December 4th.
You see the problem right here? You didn't want to see the problem. Most of you niggas probably didn't see it. And I'm going to show it to you. You got a smarty art ass nigga, book reading nigga. And what do you do? Let's see what he does for them. Writers Museum. Slam poetry. Maybe you write rap lyrics, ghost writing for nickels. Nigga, we don't need no more museums to honor your lowbrow, low character ass. Go out and clean up your neighborhood, nigga. Stop this crime and violence. Maybe these niggas will take the plexiglass down. But all this stupid ass bullshit writing, you fucking nigga. Man, dude, does anyone remember? I know you guys remember this. These educated fucking niggers. These educated fucking niggas. Everybody's so tired of bending over for you fucking niggers. Everybody's so fucking tired of bending over, lying, making excuses, all this other bullshit, right? When in reality, you ain't that smart. You ain't that fucking smart. You ain't that fucking smart, nigga.
The body of the nigga is not able to survive.
You
We
ain't
got the
that fucking
topic
smart,
in about
nigga.
July, and we started doing
You
our
ain't that
research then.
nigga.
When the nigga sees these pains and suffering, that he can only envision himself, that he does not see another nigga that he can feel sympathy for or embrace, but rather that otherness gets obliterated. We've been supplementing our research throughout the season.
Man, photogenic object, disfigured, lynch, and trauma enough. The insight, the trauma representation that turns into the black child devouring and identifying with the stories and images the white culture brought up to think and act subjectively like a white man, the black man.
So where do you go from there? You know, when you start preparing for a national competition, once you know the topic, what's next?
Well, you do a lot of research.
Says that the way that the status quo works is through whiteness allowing, forcing other bodies to tell narrations of whiteness and the violences that whiteness does. We say that is the link that we will go for.
in order to prepare for it because there are several different tournaments. And so being able to transition through each tournament.
Capture and separate from exposure to cultural representation of the white world, the cultural, move the white world into the child eye zone and
able to respond to opponents' arguments.
On sexual trauma as a way of grounding its racist cultural fantasy, the cultural trafficking images of the black man's photogenic objects.
So just a lot of
nigga, you ain't that smart. But we done bent over backwards telling you motherfuckers that you're smart. And now we done ended up in this country with a bunch of educated niggas. I've heard niggas say black women are the most educated people in the country. And what do we get for it?
Preparation.
Disfigured, lynch, and trauma enough. The insight, the trauma of representation that turns into the black child's devouring and identifying with the stories and images of white culture.
Reading of articles and books and
they only recreate what it means to be an authentic nigga because we are not allowed to read. We are not allowed to read certain things or speak in a certain way because we are seen as not truly speaking to niggas. But there's a question of who even wrote this shit.
All that good stuff.
Was there anything that threw you off during the competition? You know, something that someone else said, another team that made you go,
ain't it crazy that 2 days ago I almost went to jail and I'm here right now?
Yeah, well, the argument that we hit in the final round was a pretty difficult argument.
Some say the black is the berry, the sweeter the juice. I say the darker the flesh and the deeper the roots. I give a holler for my sisters on welfare. It's Tupac cares and don't nobody else cares.
We've been debating against this argument all year.
And I know they like to beat you down a lot. When you come around the block, brothers clown a lot. But please don't cry, dry your eyes, never.
Strategies against it.
Who encounters himself as a phobic object within the white culture, encounters the dereliction of his own sub-representation through that culture. Dereliction is one.
Our final round strategy proved to be pretty successful.
Now, because whiteness is able to continually operationalize, we are able to be known in this space, known as the damaged little black girl.
But yeah, it was a very unique argument from the University of Oklahoma.
Niggas are always in oppositions to governments. War power should not be used against niggas.
At what point did you think we got this?
Before death is eternity, after death is eternity, there is no death, there's only eternity. And I ride the wings of eternity like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Clack, clack. But see, my flight doesn't go undisturbed because time makes dreams deferred. And on my time to turn my days to daymares, my nightmares to turn my passion.
Wait a minute, what did Nick say?
Yeah. Clack, clack. But see, my flight doesn't go undisturbed because time makes dreams deferred. And on my time to turn my days to daymares, my nightmares to turn my passion. Clack, clack. The nigga got time beating my ass. And y'all, I be having dreams of chocolate-covered watermelons, fried with filled chicken rice pinatas, with little picking sons and daughters standing over them with big sticks of aluminum foil, hitting them, trying to catch a piece of all the fried chicken wings. And as your mom and Uncle Ben are standing in the corners of the room with the rifles pointing at the heads of the children. Don't shoot the children, I shout, don't shoot the children. But they say it's too late.
2014 exceeding national champions on a 7-4 decision is the negative from
Black intelligentsia there. The smarty-arty niggas. The niggas that built this country. Big old mammoths. They putting these motherfuckers up on statues and shit. Right? Big old ugly, unattractive motherfuckers. What at Times Square they put the mammy up there. Times Square they put the mammy. Made everybody look at that mammy. Made everybody look at her. And people just want to know. And Matt Walsh, he's asking, why this big fat black
I mean,
man?
he could have made a sculpture of a black person who looks like Zeus or something. Instead, he gave us see some exotic contemporary sculpture. Pretty much your only option. You know, it was like going to a movie theater before Netflix or buying a book at Barnes & Noble before Amazon. We had dedicated buildings for everything, including contemporary art. And if you didn't drive to a museum with an express intent of quietly observing a groundbreaking new sculpture, in all likelihood, you probably wouldn't see one at all. But then, as we all know, museums fell out of favor, at least for this particular purpose. Found a lot of theories as to why that happened, but in this case, the simple
this white man probably wondering, like, why the fuck would the
drawing board? No, but that's not what happened. Instead, look at their most unimpressive and pretentious creations. Maybe no sculptor on the planet is more adept at this particular skill
than a man that you never heard of named Thomas Price. Without any sense of shame, Thomas Price has compelled innocent bystanders to observe his garbage sculptures by placing these sculptures in their way in public places. In fact, in some cases, he's placing these sculptures in the middle of walkways. And on top of that, every single one of these sculptures depicts the same thing, which is a nameless, random black woman who looks very annoyed and unpleasant. Yes, all over the world, sculptures of random black women are being thrust upon the public, and it's all because of a British guy named Thomas Price, who's apparently very angry that people don't go to museums anymore. This is actually something of an epidemic. So we'll go through some of these black woman statues here. This is a picture of one of them. It's from New Orleans City Park, and as you can see, the woman is positioned directly on top of the walking path. And according to the official description of the sculpture, quote, Price's sculpture, titled Time Unfolding 2023, is a 9-foot-tall statue of a woman looking down at her cell phone, seemingly paused in contemplation.
A big black bitch in somebody's way.
The work is part of a series depicting everyday fictional subjects at a monumental scale, combining traditional sculpting and digital technology to question how society projects ideas and expectations through public space, close quote. Refusing to take my complaint serious, was treated good people of Florence. Reportedly, this particular statue was vandalized a few times. The authorities condemned the vandalism, which they described as racist. But at the same time, the authorities didn't explain why, in their understanding, Thomas Price is not also a racist. And after all, he's the guy who's constantly making sculptures about random, unimpressive-looking black women looking at their phones. And then he forces everyone to look at these sculptures. Seems kind of like something that an obsessive-compulsive Klansman would do as a practical joke, if we're being honest. Here's another one of his sculptures in London, for example. And this is from 3 Mills Park. Again, it's 9 feet tall. And according to Price, quote, I want this sculpture to be an opportunity.
Global black fatigue.
Opportunity for people to connect emotionally with an image of someone they might not have noticed before. And then by way of explaining his obsession with...
The problem is everybody noticing these black motherfuckers. You can't go nowhere and not noticing. You go to CVS, you have shit locked up, the blacks are stealing. You go downtown in a nice store, the blacks are looting, walking out of the restaurants, not paying. Everybody sees them. We don't want to see them. Can't help but see them because they inject themselves into every public space, particularly the ones where they're not wanted.
The black women looking at their phones. Price said, quote, white artists are putting themselves forward to create replacement sculptures of slave owners with no sense of irony. That's a savior complex, and that exemplifies what is wrong when even the solution doesn't involve the black experience, close quote. So what exactly is the black experience besides looking at your cell phone? I mean, based on Thomas Price's body of work, that's a good question. His answer, from what I can tell, is that the black experience also involves being overweight and looking extremely annoyed all the time.
And people will get fucking tired of that real quick. People will get tired of that real quick. You know, I got time. Some big, fat, black, ugly ass woman, annoyed and shit, bald headed and shit, angry as a motherfucker, 300 goddamn pounds, standing in somebody's way, interrupting your day. Man, it's just fucking tiresome, man.
That's all of his statues of the black experience. That's what they all are. And that would explain this statue, which he just put up in Rotterdam Central Station in the Netherlands. As you can see, this one's a real winner. Apparently, it's supposed to be the same black woman from London, except she's added a few pounds to her waistline. That's what happens when you're a statue. You know, you're standing around a lot, not burning a lot of calories. So we're being told.
And again, it's like these people are being forced on us. I don't know who this man is, whoever the fuck this is, making these statues of blacks, but he's just fucking mocking them. Thomas Price statue, whoever the fuck this man is. 12 foot tall now. The one in Times Square is 12 foot tall. Who the fuck is this Thomas J. Price? Let's see who the hell he is. Just creating these fucking monstrosities here. Thomas J. Price, nigga. Oh, fucking nigga, you had to know. I was hoping he'd be a fucking white man. Goddamn, be a white man. It's a fucking nigga. You know what's crazy? You think he married to one of these big ass bohemians like this? You think he married one of these big black bitches like this? You think he married one of these big black bitches that nobody else wants? I wonder. I'm gonna look and see. Nigga, who you married to? You got you one of these fat black bitches? You got you one of these 9 foot tall, statue like bitches? Is this him? Is this the nigga?
Those inner worlds that we have. And Grounded in the Stars is about trying to communicate those dreams and communicate those inner worlds that we have, and sometimes we misinterpret with one another, to try and create an understanding and basically encourage empathy.
Always fucking dancing. Where the 9 foot bitches? Why ain't you got no 9 foot bitches up there, nigga? They got the bellies. They ain't got the height. Where the 9 foot bitches? Where the 9 foot bitches? Thomas J. fucking Pray. Nigga might be gay. Nigga might be a homo. Fucking say, here's another one. The bitch got braids. Woo! Have mercy. Have mercy. This nigga going around here making statues. Oh. The fatigue is high, ladies and gentlemen. The fatigue is fucking high. He making statues of a woman that no one wants. And the niggas get robbed in America. That nigga, boy, you see that nigga walking down dark alley. Have mercy. Him and this nigga, boy, they look like a duo made in hell. Man series is part of this time. So it's going to be another one. They're going to put up big niggers now. The bucks and the bitches. Statues. Bucks and the bitches. The intention of my public works is to become part of the place they inhabit, blah, blah, blah. Fucking look at this mean looking nigga. Pop face nigga. Pock marks all in his face. They're gonna fucking insult us. Putting these fucking niggers that everybody's fucking tired of in our fucking face. In our fucking face. Big black buck bitches. Look at this big black bitch. You know, when I see big old bitches like this, big old black bitches, I just think about what all I see in my Twitter feed. Just big black bitches, angry niggles, shit like this right here.
With the story you'll only see on 2, and we want to warn you, the video is disturbing. Jamon.
It's disturbing.
Brad and Erica, this parking garage off
nigga named Jermont.
Jermont.
Brad and Erica, this parking garage off Grand in Michigan is used by drivers, and it also connects to a nearby apartment building. There are cameras all throughout this area, but still, that was not enough to deter this group targeting this 85-year-old woman as she entered that door.
85-year-old woman.
Tuesday morning, this woman in her 80s, walking with a cane, had no idea what the man.
Nigga, everybody know you got a black nigga walking up behind an old white woman. You know what about that?
A safe distance was up to. But before she could open the door to her building, he made his intentions very clear.
Very clear.
And it's downright painful to watch.
Whoa.
Seeing the morning attack for the first time left those who live in the building furious and concerned.
First question is why?
Why? You want to know why?
Is she okay?
The woman's head hit the ground as the man snatched her purse.
What is an old woman carrying these days? Maybe a credit card and a phone that nobody wants because it wouldn't have a camera on it, you know, an older person's phone.
If you look closer, the robber dropped the purse while running away.
Nigga dropped
quickly
the purse.
Circled back to get what he stole. And despite seeing the elderly woman lying motionless, he left her alone.
I just happened to pull in. I park in that garage.
Group in Demergen saw the blood-stained parking garage entrance and learned about this robbery just before 11 Tuesday morning.
It's more than just a purse snatching.
Demergen and others insisting this speaks to the uptick of crime going on steps away from the Mag Mile and around the corner from his restaurant.
I really hope that no one's afraid to walk the streets around here, but I don't think that's going to be for a while.
The woman was taken to Northwestern Hospital by ambulance. Police are checking additional surveillance in the area.
Something like that, though, it just seems like it's a bit hard to prevent.
The residents tell me they will be more alert, yet their focus is on their neighbor.
Kind of worried about her, yeah, and hope that she's okay, and especially being older, you know, having those type of injuries.
Now, I'm told that this 85-year-old woman is doing okay despite hitting her head here on the pavement. Now, we're told by Chicago police that they are looking, hoping that there's some better surveillance or security cameras that possibly captured a better look at this guy's face. Reporting live off the Mag Mile tonight, Jermont Terry, CBS 2 News. Brad and Erica.
Jeff, when you listen, somebody say, I grew up in one of the worst areas, worst place in America. What made it so bad? Like, my lovely lady Lisa, we were talking this morning. I was like, you know, all the things you want in the neighborhood, you know, blacks couldn't provide that. Safe, peaceful. So you had to come to where the people could provide that. And you got to be honest with yourself that you can't live around blacks because of the things that you desire. They can't provide it. So you refuse to do it. And you can wrap it around your mind. You can say, well, I'm going to wrap my mind around where I just like this and I like that. And I just chose who I like. Well, but deep down, you got to come to grips with your people cannot create the neighborhood that you bought in. I was listening to the niggas on Freezy today. It was early this morning. I saw Brave up there. That's what piqued my interest. Because the niggas retarded, in my opinion. And one of the niggas was saying that he was arguing with me that PG County is still the richest black county, but it dipped. But he would not focus on why it dipped. And now it's not the richest black county anymore. PG County is right in my back door. I walk out my back door. I go probably less than 2 miles. I'm in PG County, cross the line. I used to live there. When I first moved here, I moved to PG County, and that's the reason why I moved the fuck out of there. And he did not understand why the county dipped from being the richest to the second richest or whatever black county. He had to look away from that. He had to act like that shit wasn't true. And that is the black existence. Almost like people keep saying it's a psychosis. They say things like bad schools. Nigga, what made school bad? A school ain't nothing but a fucking building. Is it bad in the summertime when school is out? Huh? Is crime happening at the school when school is out? Otherwise, nigger, stop. Don't ever type that shit in my chat a fucking again. Bad school. Don't ever fucking come up here and say it ever fucking again. I don't give a fuck if everybody leave this motherfucker. There's no such thing as a bad school. We're going to clear that shit up right now. There's no such thing as a bad fucking neighborhood. We're going to clear that shit up right now. You understand? Because the schools in the summertime, when the schools are out, I don't hear nothing. I don't hear no talk about, oh, that's a bad school. Stay away. Go around that motherfucker. It's only bad when the kids are in session, when school is in session. So I must surmise that the building by itself is not bad. It's the kids that inhabit the school, that go to school there. Those are the ones that's bad. Maybe it's the teachers. Maybe it's a combination of both. But it's the people coming into the school that make it bad. Similarly, if nobody lived in a neighborhood, it was just barren. Clearly, it probably wouldn't be bad if nobody lived there, right? But then once you bring people into the neighborhood, then it could be better or worse. And what the blacks have done is they made it worse than the fucking wilderness. They've made the goddamn neighborhood worse than it was fucking wilderness with bears and lions running around. White man dealt with that. He solved that problem. And then the blacks brought out guns and started shooting at each fucking other in the fucking neighborhood. Right? And so now they use the euphemism, bad neighborhood. Nigga, ain't no fucking such thing as a bad neighborhood. Stop saying that shit. You niggas are going to have to be honest. And maybe we'll start here first. You want to know what a bad neighborhood is? It's filled with people like this.
A Detroit woman hits the floor to hide from bullets flying towards her home.
Another woman is accused of unloading her assault rifle into the house, causing all-out panic.
As Fox News' Jessica Dupnick tells us, neighbors say...
Now, who do you think did this?
They've seen this coming for years.
How does that old saying go? Love thy neighbor. Well, the exact opposite thing happening out here. The scene, Mother's Day afternoon. People grilling, sitting outside, and apparently dodging gunfire.
Okay, we all are.
The man whose house
she's been
crashing on the ground.
Get my baby down! And it was like bam, bam, bam.
Bitch. Bam, bam, bam.
A barrage of gunfire had the whole block hitting the floor on Detroit's west side Mother's Day afternoon.
Mother's Day afternoon. Shout out to NA Ways, man, for supporting the channel. He sent a cash app. What was he doing? The live stream, man. I made a mistake and deleted that fucking live stream by mistake. It was my mistake. All we got is a clip left from that gay guy that was talking about he was so fucking tired of dealing with down low black brothers. Nigga, we did a stream the other day, and I was comparing the property values of Southeast DC, where the housing composition is very similar to the housing composition in Petworth, two neighborhoods where I have some investment. Damn near double the price. Some cases, the houses were bigger in Southeast than the ones in Northwest, and the bitches will still half price. That's the nigger tax. I just put it down on paper for you niggas, for the motherfuckers that couldn't figure it out. Can't infer shit. If something of similar building style is $400,000 in Southeast and $800,000 in Northwest, that's a nigger tax. Understand? You want to know why blacks are so poor? Because that gap right there, that 400 to 800 gap, that's primarily due to shooting. Boom, 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 boom.
Bam. A barrage of gunfire had the whole here. The scene, Mother's Day fire. Bam, bam.
Every one of them bullets probably took about $2,000 off every property value in the fucking neighborhood. That's why Southeast is worth 4, West is worth 8, and it's the same fucking houses. The people are different, motherfuckers. Fatigue, nigger. Fatigue. That's fatigue, nigga. Destroy somebody's property values. Nigga, I was on stream one day, who remember? And there was motherfuckers shooting like they were at a rifle range. Anyone remember that? I know somebody, it could have been white people, John. It was niggers, presumably shooting at other niggers. I really don't give a fuck if you hit each other. I'm just tired of the motherfucking excuses. Understand?
Baby down! And it was like bam, 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 bam.
A barrage of gunfire had the whole block hitting the floor on Detroit's west side Mother's Day afternoon.
Their house was completely drenched in bullet holes.
When everyone got up, they had a good idea who pulled the trigger. A woman they say they've been having issues with for decades.
The blacks, they just can't get along with each other. Just can't do it. You've seen them hit the police at my houses. You've seen it. I'm showing it to you. It's just niggas. And it gets so tiresome when the government shepherds these black bitches in the other people's neighborhood and they end up doing the same shit.
She's been crashing out for years now.
It's just getting worse.
It's getting worse, yeah.
For seemingly no reason at all, she allegedly fired 20-plus rounds out of her window into a neighbor's house off Whitcomb Street near Grand River. You guys are lucky that everyone's okay.
Yeah, I'm very lucky.
Look at the fucking eyelash, the hairline on this bitch. Ain't nobody working. Tattoo wings on the bitch. You remember the other night we were doing street interviews, this one big fat retarded looking bitch said she just let her children scribble all over her body, tattooing her. Anyone remember that shit? Man, these niggas are crazy. I'm so fucking tired.
We all are.
The man whose house was the target was hurt from shards of glass after bullets penetrated through. You guys walk outside. I mean, are you like nervous? You can just walk out?
Yes.
Detroit police can be seen seizing 2 weapons from the home after the shooting. The other one was bigger than that.
The other one was bigger than that. Bitch, doesn't matter. These fucking stupid ass nickels. Can you imagine? Listen, I ride the buses a lot. Everybody know I ride the bus. I film some.
I'm a fake gangster now. I'm a fake gangster. I'm from the project, so I'm a loser. You can't make this shit up, bro. You can't make this shit up. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy.
Now look at this bitch, feet all up on the seat. The video ain't even about her, but this just goes to show you these motherfuckers. Oh, they just piss you off. Imagine you can come on the bus, this big, fat, burly bitch got her feet all up on the seat. Big, fat, nasty bitch. Only the niggers do this. Everything in the public space, they fuck up. Look at this. Look at this big bitch with her feet. Why she can't keep her feet on the ground? Why? Somebody explain.
This shit is crazy. Look at this weirdo. Hey, yo. Nah, you not in the camera. Look at this fucking weirdo. No, the first time. Hey, yo. This bitch ass nigga. I was all in his camera too. Like, he mad as hell. I called. What you just say to me? What did you just say to me?
If you don't leave the bus, you're gonna get locked up.
What's your badge number?
1590.
1590. And what's yours, miss?
See, this is what these blacks do. You give them an order and they be like, they want to go all around the world with you. Man, what's your badge number? I showed it to you with the bitch that threw the food in the people's room. I said, yeah. Who threw the food in the room? That bitch went all around the world. It took her 8 minutes to tell me I threw the food in the room. They're telling this black motherfucker, get off the bus so everyone else can get along about their day. Here's a nigga just gonna hold the bus. What's your badge number? Bitch, ask that shit when you get off the bus. He's saying, if you don't get off the bus, you're gonna get arrested. What's your badge number? What the fuck does that matter at this point? Just get off the bus. Just get off. I'm so tired. Long day at work. Maybe I had to get up early. I don't know who these people are on the bus, what time it is. But bitch, just get off. Why do you need their badge number?
I didn't hear you. 73. And yours, sir? 32? 82? And you said, why am I getting locked up if I refuse?
If you refuse to leave this bus, you're gonna get locked up.
Why?
This is FJ Transit. They have their own private, third party. They don't want you here. You have to leave. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
So even if I paid for my bus and I didn't.
Even if you pay, bitch, they're asking you to go. They don't want you here. Carmelo Anthony again. This is why niggas shoot up clubs, restaurants. You ask them to leave. They create scenes and they come back and they just shoot willy-nilly. There's Rosa Parks here. The bitch husband had a car. The niggas had their own bus line. The black bitch wanted to goddamn inject herself on a white bus. Nothing is ever good. They want to live around whites. They want to ride the bus with whites, but they don't want to be able to behave. They don't want to do that. They do not want to fucking behave. And then they do this nigger shit. I hate this nigger shit so much. Why? Bitches follow orders.
And assault nobody like this, like these notices say. These say I have to assault somebody for me to be locked up. I didn't assault nobody. So what are you saying?
You go to court, you prove to them that you paid for it, but if you don't leave this bus, you will get locked up.
But I didn't assault nobody.
They're just too damn dumb for this civilized society. Like listen, He's trying his best. Man, I've done this so many times. And just one ring, like you watch me when I talk to these niggas, I just let them spin themselves out. They just want to talk. They just talk. What's your badge number? What that guy do? I ain't do this. I ain't do that. Like he's saying, ma'am, get off the bus. I'm gonna arrest you. I ain't do nothing, ma'am. If you get off the bus, it's no harm, no foul. We're gonna go our separate ways. But they don't want you on their bus, paid or not. Just get off. It's $2, whatever the fuck it is.
Prove to them that you paid for it, but if you don't leave this bus, you will get locked up.
But I didn't assault nobody.
It does not matter. It does not matter. If you don't leave this bus, you will get locked up. I told you, we gave you the option to drop you off at your location. You said no. Now, if you don't,
But you walked off the bus. Why did you walk off the bus for about?
It's so tiresome. It's so fucking tiresome. It's so fucking tiresome. It's so fucking tiresome. If you blacks that don't understand, or maybe you're too stupid, dense, maybe you want to talk about white fatigue. But I must remind you fucking niggas, most of you niggas live in white neighborhoods. Almost all of you niggas work for white people. So you better fucking figure this shit out, nigga.
About 20 minutes after you agreed with me just to come back and tell me I'm going to get locked up? No, answer my question first. Why did you walk away for 20? Just answer I'll get off the bus. Just answer my question, please. Why did you walk away after agreeing with me for 20 minutes and now all of a sudden you're coming back to... Sir, I'm a grown-ass woman and I'm speaking. Sir, I'm asking you, why did you walk...
It gets so tiresome. I done heard this shit so much, man. I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm a this, I'm a that. I'm grown-ass man. I'm a whole-ass nigga. I'm a whole man. I done heard it fucking all, but they still act like children.
Walk away for 20 minutes after agreeing with me. You agreed with me, though.
We tried to fix things and we just tried to get you to come out. You said no.
I heard that part. You're not answering my question, though. You agreed with me on his personal preference does not mean he cannot do his job. So after you agree with me, why did you step off the bus for 20 minutes and now you're coming back saying I'm going to get locked up? That's not you're not answering my question. Do y'all see how you're not answering the question? Why did you agree with me? You agreed with me.
I understand it, but I'm telling you, you don't leave, you're going to get locked up.
But you agreed with me. So that means he has to do his job regardless of my First Amendment, whatever's coming out of my First Amendment mouth.
What are we going to do? You want to get locked up or do you want to leave?
And what's your badge number again? Because I'm going to get you too. I'm going to get you too. I'm going to get you too.
Meanwhile, people just sitting on the bus, waiting to go to work, waiting to get home, pick up their children. Maybe they're going to be late, pick up their children for daycare, and going to be incurring more costs. And all of this could be done off the bus. She has to leave. But she keeps refusing and inconveniencing others, and this is the fatigue. This is the fucking fatigue right there. Everyone that's lived in the inner city has seen some shit like this or experienced it direct firsthand. I have. On the bus and the train, I done had seen, been on the train, niggas pull the motherfucking alarm, stop the train, niggas fighting ahead of the train that you're on, and so then your motherfucking train is delayed because it can't pull into the station because these niggas are fighting on the other train. Oh, it's been a murder. Then you really fucked up. Because then they got to try to figure out a way to go around this bitch or active murder scene. That could have been your fucking stop. So now you got man. The fatigue. I done seen bitches throw shit at bus drivers, all kind of wild shit. Fuck up the transportation for every fucking body. The fatigue. But I think I can deal with this, honestly. These fucking niggas, you can just get off the bus. Hey, bus driver, let me off. I'll catch the next bus coming. But it's the niggas who act like they don't fucking understand. They can't see this shit. These are niggas I got a real problem with. Something needs to be done by these dumb fucking niggas who act like they can't fucking see shit or understand things. They can't understand how this drives motherfuckers crazy. You can't ride a fucking bus with a goddamn nigga. Give me a minute. Let me charge my fucking computer. Yes. out and about yesterday. Amen, man. And Shana, we ain't talking about no nigger shit. I don't want to fucking hear no history. So go somewhere else and argue with niggers. This is a day of truth and reconciliation, like in South Africa, nigga. You had to be honest today. This is World Pride Day, or yesterday was World Pride Day. And so since they can live their truth, nigga, I'm gonna live mine.
Yep, I got you. I got you. Watch what happens to you. And you said what numbers I gotta get? This bitch ass nigga too. You're a bitch ass pig too. What was the information you needed to give me?
I was gonna tell you the event number, but you could just go to the precinct.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, y'all some bitch ass people.
Bitch ass nigga, they just doing their job. I guarantee you they didn't stop their bus on their own volition and go point her out. Someone called the police and said, hey, get this black bitch off the bus. Why are they bitch ass niggas? Why are they bitch ass niggas?
You bitch ass nigga. You're a bitch ass nigga. I'm going in that direction. I'm just calling you a bitch ass nigga. Yeah, First Amendment. First Amendment, bitch.
Okay, so she can call him a bitch ass nigga. Why can't Shiloh? Oh, because he a baby? Because she called a baby a nigger? She just called a man a nigger for he's just doing his fucking job. You think that man wanted to go and involve himself with this fucking nigger? Does anybody? Ask yourself, on your day-to-day, do you want to interact with these black bitches? Nobody wants to go to the DMV and deal with these black bitches. Nobody wants to deal with them. Look how they say, bitch ass nigga. Bitch ass nigga. He's just doing his job. He a bitch ass nigga. And then you got the black stuff. I just want a nice nigga. I want good schools. Well, you can't have good schools with this woman calling you bitch ass nigga. You think she just started calling these bitch ass niggas as an adult? Shit. She's been using this kind of fucking language all her goddamn life. I understand why you don't want to live around these niggas. But the problem that you have, niggas, is your shit color skin is the same color as hers, and I can't fucking figure out which one of you niggas are when you move into these white niggas. They can't figure it out. And more than likely, you're going to behave like her in some way. Maybe just not as bad. Maybe you'll play your music a little too loud. Maybe you'll be barbecuing out in the front yard, have your cars parked up in their parking spot. You're going to do something to be a nigger, so why don't you just do that nigger shit in your own neighborhood? Why? I do it. Don't bother me none. Nigga, listen, I am the example. There probably ain't but a handful of niggas that come out and talk to you niggas like this and then live around these black animals. My lovely lady Lisa said to me, she said this morning, she was like, you complain about blacks, but you live around them. I said, yeah. And I said, the thing is, when that house sold around the corner from her, she had a house sold around the corner from her. In her same little complex or whatever. I said, there was some white people in the neighborhood hoping, praying that it wasn't a nigger. That's the truth of the matter. You probably were happy that it wasn't a nigger yourself because you know your property values are going to go up. It's a white person. She said, but they were gay. I said, yeah, that's even better. That means no children. Right? No children. 2 gay men shit. No, that means no children. That means that they find it safe enough to live there. It's not a homophobic community like it would be around blacks. Now you can reach a wider audience. They're going to tell their gay friends that it's safe, it's nice around here. Because you know what happens in DC with the gays? We've talked about that. Was it gay attacks DC? Is it gay attacks? Is it gay attacks DC? And I'm showing you the people who do it. This is one of the videos here. Let's see what we have. And this is last year. This is 3 weeks ago. Here's one. And so she couldn't draw the connection between why the gays are willing to live in her neighborhood and not around the blacks. Right? And see here, damn, I lost my screen. Give me 1 second. It's coming back. The fucking, yeah.
Protected. And so that's the bigger question. He stopped by that McDonald's to grab some food to go. Looked around, decided that it was a little too full for him and that he didn't want to wait around, and started to head towards the exit. And a female that was nowhere near close to him, according to Thomas, screamed out to him essentially that he needed to watch where the F he was going and to say, excuse me. One thing I've always told Thomas since he's moved here is when you encounter individuals makes you uncomfortable, the best option for you to do is just simply ignore them and trying to get away. And so that's what he tried to do. He ignored her, proceeded towards the exit, and a group of individuals blocked the door, told him, hey, you F word. Did you not hear what she said?
F word? Aren't these blacks supposed to be in alignment with the LGBTQ movement, supposed to be emerging, the LGBTs and the BLMs, and they all supposed to be one big happy ass family, huh?
Said, you need to apologize. As he was getting circled in by this group of up to 15 individuals in this small lobby inside of McDonald's, he decided to.
You know what a McDonald's is, right? I've shown you the McDonald's right down the street from where I live stream.
To try and raise his hand and get out of there by pushing them to the side or something to get to the door. And as soon as that happened, they all started beating on top of him. And so you can imagine 10 to 15 people coming at you in this tight space. This spills outside onto the city sidewalk where they continue to hit him. They continue to use this language towards him. The worst thing that continued to happen was not just the physical assault, but now the mental assault. And they dumped trash on him and threw drinks at him.
What was? I bet that man, or whatever the fuck he calls himself or identifies it, I bet that nigga tired today. Oh, I bet he tired. Fatigue meter through the roof.
What's going through your mind when you were talking to him?
Powerless. I felt useless. I felt really in shock. And then later on, of course, the anger ensued because of the whole situation.
Who are you mad at? They're just an individual. Youth. Group attacks, man, at McDonald's. Do they have this is the same one? They've done so many attacks. So many attacks at the McDonald's where they eat their gruel. This is when they eat their gruel. They eat their gruel at McDonald's. Here it is. Where is it, volume? Here he is. Let's see. Niggas should eat your gruel at McDonald's.
Possibly her friends, most likely. Told
black women that did this shit. Oh, you niggers. I was listening to, I think, was it Tommy Sotomayor? I think it was Tommy Sotomayor. He put a clip out and he was trying to go in on the black women, talking about, this is why the fatigue, and somebody Chinese said, no, niggas, it's all of you niggers. It ain't just the women, nigger. Don't try to throw the blame on the sister gals. It's all you motherfuckers. All you motherfuckers. Does anyone remember this right here? Let's see. Like, this is the nigger mindset. Yeah. Let's see. Let me see if I got it. I think I got it. Let's see. Can you imagine living around some blacks like this? Can you imagine this? Let's see. Could you imagine it? Listen to this shit. Viral video allegedly shows DC teens discussing difference in criminal. Anyone remember this shit? Anyone remember this shit? Listen to this shit. Listen.
I'm hopping in with them and they gonna get away. He was saying he's rather commit murder than commit armed robbery. Yeah. You are the dumbest. Oh, yo, you ain't saying armed robbery. Armed robbery is what we're doing. No, it's not. It's armed robbery and an armed carjacking, dummy. It's the same thing. That's lower than murder. It's both of them combined. That's lower than murder. That's higher than murder.
These are
You're taking a human life.
That's a gun charge. Murder is a gun charge. Possession of a gun.
And then you got another older black, he trying to explain to them, y'all niggas just need to commit robbery, man, because you commit murder, man. That's a more serious charge. He ain't telling them not to commit any crime. He saying, don't commit murder, nigga, just commit robbery. Man, and this black mindset wants to go out and live amongst white people, want to go to the Pentagon City Mall and raise hell, want to go to colleges and raise hell there, the public schools and raise hell. Listen to how they think, nigger. Ain't a motherfucker in this video talking. Saying, no, we don't need to commit crime at all, man. Fuck murder versus robbery. These fucking niggers are saying justifying murder, robbery. That's what they're doing. Listen.
Murder, first degree murder. That's like 8 charges in one case.
Yeah, it's like 8.
You dumb as shit.
You dumb.
Whoever's the driver, if I know they know how to drive, they gonna get away for 12. I'm bending with them. You hear me?
I don't know.
If I feel like the nigga not gonna get away, I'm not hopping in with them. No doubt. You sound dumb. Just saying, bro. He sounds dumb.
They show their face. Why they won't show their face? Why they won't show their face? What they look like? They just need opportunities, right? That's what we've been fucking told. These fucking niggas, the opportunities they looking for is a robbery or a murder. That's what they're talking about. These are the blacks that the other blacks don't want to live around. That fucking nigga Freezy and Hamp and all these other fucking blacks, if they were to see this video, they said, well, that's just them, John. They need school, John. They need opportunity, John. Man, ain't nobody got time for that shit no more. Ain't nobody got time. If they need it, you provide it, nigger. I don't want to hear about it no more. You provide it. Stop fucking talking about it on the internet and getting cash out for it. Go out and provide it. Stop telling me what the fuck need to be done. Because I really take matters into my own hand and we figure some other shit out. Because I'm fatigued. How many goddamn Rick centers we got to build for these goddamn niggas to convince them not to commit robbery over murder? Like, if we got to do all that, man, fuck that, nigga. Who got fucking time for that, nigga? You do it. I'm tired of talking about it. Right? And who the fuck won't talk about this shit anymore? Two black-ass, criminal-ass niggas. Too damn stupid. They don't even know the difference between the fucking crime they commit. They don't know the fucking difference. Too fucking stupid. Damn, our schools are really... We ought to start them out in criminal justice in the first grade. How about that? Start the niggas out in the first grade. We're going to start your motherfucking ass out in criminal justice. Teach you the law. So that at least you can be a better criminal. Right? If it's a school to criminal pipeline, prison pipeline, make them better criminals. The blacks don't want to admit that their children are criminals. Listen, we had a lady up here the other day. And I'm going back to her again to show you my fucking example exactly. She went to Howard. She sent her daughter to Howard University. Lady, education is very important. I hope she's listening. Education is very important. She said very important. Very, very, very important. And so I just walked on. I played along. You guys, if you were listening to the street interviews, you heard it. I played along. And I asked, I said, so what is she going to Columbia University? And she quickly iterated, it's a Ivy League school. I said, oh, yes, ma'am. Ivy League. I said, so what is she going to learn? Climate change. I said, I be goddamn. School ain't doing the niggas no good. They're just being used, taken advantage of. So give the niggers something they can learn and that they could use in later life. We could have been teaching these children right now the difference between robbery and murder. So at least they don't commit murder. They just commit robberies. Fair enough. Yeah. They go into prison early, learn their lesson, come back out, maybe they could be productive citizens. Teach these niggas criminal justice first grade. Right? What's the difference between what's self-defense, nigga? If we had taught Carmelo Anthony self-defense, maybe he wouldn't have killed Austin Metcalf so instantaneously. Maybe he'd have waited a little bit before he pulled his knife out. Right? But they need to learn criminal justice because so many of them are entering the criminal justice arena anyway. Why not teach them that? I mean, the Austin Metcalf, the Carmelo Anthony, he just running his mouth to the police. I thought the niggers knew better not to talk to police. They don't. Ain't that what the rap albums tell them? So maybe you didn't catch it in the rap album. So we need to teach this shit in school, right? Hey, nigga, have a police officer come in, role play with the nigger. Hey. I just you're suspect in a robbery. How you gonna behave, nigga? Right? We know you did it, but we need to teach you how to behave with the police because it's coming, nigga. You're 14 now, right? Sooner or later, or shit, maybe need to be early than 14. These little boys, like, they about 12. We teach them how to respond to the police. Like, because clearly they're getting to be adults, and we've shown how many fucking body cam videos of niggers fighting with the police. They have not been taught. Bring the police into the schools, right? Like last week we were showing the school, and I think it was what was it? What was it? It was let me see. It was this school right here. It was CDC. It was CDC, right? I think it was CDC, shared this tab here, and they were just taking the niggas on vacations. I think it was C. This was one of these fucking schools. They were just taking them on vacations. You know, it was just
of support and learning.
God damn.
And the fact that we get to be together throughout the course of the week.
God damn, I think that shit got music on it. There's another, but they ain't learning shit. It was a DC. Is this the boarding school? Yeah, this is boarding school, motherfucker. This is a sex allegation at this motherfucker. Look. This fucking school is in the ghetto. Like, you put a fucking boarding school in the ghetto. Now, what you know going? No, what the first thing you think gonna happen? You put a fucking boarding school in the ghetto. You know what's about to happen. Give me a minute. Let me find me a fucking lighter. Give me 1 minute. Yeah. This is a fucking boarding school in the ghetto. Fucking boarding school in the ghetto, and what was the first motherfucking thing? What jumped off CDC? Sex. Oh yeah. For DC school. And you know they got to do their thing, fuck, fight, party all night. Can you imagine a nigger boarding school in a black ass city in the ghetto? Have mercy. I want you to look at some of these goddamn parents.
There are many advantages to having an outdoor kitchen, and Barbecue Guys has all you need to make your dream outdoor space a reality. With top brands like Blaze Grill.
Tonight, we're hearing from one of the D.C. public charter school employees fired this week after the alleged sex assault of a female student at the school.
But tonight, there's a growing concern among parents at Seed School of Washington, D.C. Bob Barnard's live in Southeast right now with an update on the story. Bob.
Hey there, Jim and Marina. We're hearing from a lot of concerned parents of students at this public charter and boarding school, including the woman you're about to hear from, who says her son was bullied, sexually assaulted, and had his nose broken with a punch in the face by a fellow student here at the Seed School of D.C. last month.
I know he don't want to keep talking about it, but I do ask him, like, are you...
So, boarding school parent let her child go to school over in the ghetto, boarded. Can you imagine the wild shit that must happen at a nigger boarding school now? Can you fucking imagine what kind of wild shit must happen. Oh, they fucked the nigga and broke his nose.
You okay? How are you feeling? You know you're not in the wrong. You didn't do nothing wrong. And he was like, he know that. He feeling okay. I asked him, do you want to go back to the school? He said no. So he have not been back to school since April the 4th.
The nigga just ain't going to no school. I tell you, that's the best, and that's the best answer. Stop going to school. You weren't learning anything anyway. It wasn't going to do you any good. You just helping the teachers get paid. Find you some work, man. At least you won't be getting your nose broke.
Now, Ms. Henson says her 15-year-old son is no longer attending the Seed School in person.
Okay,
He's a
good.
freshman, now learning virtually. As we told you yesterday, 4 Seed School staff members have been fired or suspended this week as a direct result of another alleged sex assault at the school. Last week's attack on a 16-year-old girl that reportedly lasted for 2 hours.
That nigga had a freak off. Them niggas at a school freak off. 2 hours, nigga.
Last week's attack on a 16-year-old girl alleged sex assault at the school. Last week's attack on a 16-year-old girl that reportedly lasted for 2 hours in a boys' bathroom. That was last Monday. We spoke to one of those employees who was fired. He was what's
CKJ3. Is this worse than the case in Allison? These niggas freaked off in the boys' bathroom. He killed somebody. They were fighting. Which would you rather have in your schools? A one-off stabbing, case in Allison, or niggers freaking off, breaking noses, raping people? This is what blacks create.
It's called a designated aide who says he wasn't on the clock or at the school when the alleged sex assault happened late in the day. Says cameras inside the school would prove that. Says he was never allowed to defend himself before he was fired.
Things were done.
It's another an aid. You've heard me say a long time, blacks really are just they're just on the government tit. They ain't creating shit. They need create this fucking school. But they are like the cogs in the wheel. To keep them off of welfare, give them something to do. This nigga will be out on the street corner, Malcolm and Martin, shooting dice or selling weed, or trying to hustle. But they give him a job or whatever the fuck. What did they say he was?
Says he was never allowed to defend himself before he was fired.
Things were done wrong. They're pointing at staff, but it starts from the top up. It starts from the top, and the top didn't even know what was going on. They can't tell you what's going on because they're going to make it up. They're making this story to make it seem like it started during the day. The daytime dropped the ball. We didn't communicate with the night shift, but that's not the case.
The school need to be closed down, and every parent needs to know what goes on in that school. Every staff administrator need to be held accountable for the cover up they're doing. They just need to get in trouble because enough is enough.
Now, in an email to the school community that we've seen, administrators here say they are deeply concerned about the safety, the security, and the privacy of all of their students. Some of the parents we've been hearing from say they're
the thing is, let me play the rest of this.
Also concerned about how they're notified when things happen here at the school. For instance, last week's alleged sex assault took place late in the day Monday. DC police weren't notified till late Tuesday night, and the girl's family not till almost 48 hours later on Wednesday. Guys?
You hear a lot of times about the black spending power. And, I've known them, man, blacks, they really don't understand statistics. And they're giving you these numbers in a vacuum without taking into account like other people's numbers. So you're like, what the fuck does the number mean? Everything is being relative. If I have $100 and you have nothing, I got a lot of money relative to you. But if you have $1,000, I got $100, then what the fuck? I don't have a lot of money. But if I just say I have $100 and I don't talk about how much money you have, then the statistic, it's without context, I guess you could say. And so oftentimes you hear about black people talking about how much spending power they have. And here's a white guy. I think this is from Ben Crump, though. He's posting this, and he's saying black spending power is undeniable, and what is he saying here? Black spending power is undeniable. Next step, ownership, equity, and reinvestment. And this is one of the areas where I think the blacks just don't understand kind of the way of the world. And I played the clip of for you of that nigger, big hat nigger, fantastic. Well, he was like, blacks need economic training, like that. And again, I don't think they understand like scale and context. And here's a white guy, he's singing the praises of blacks. Again, he probably doesn't understand down on the level how many blacks earn their living. Take a listen.
Voting with your dollar and choosing which businesses you want to support, who support you and the ones you love. And one important group of people in the United States serves as a powerhouse for economic growth. Those who identify as Black or African American in the United States, $2 trillion in buying.
Okay, so he said they have $2 trillion in buying power. Okay, well, how much do whites have? Or a better question is, where do the blacks get this $2 trillion from? Where do they get it from? Some of them clearly are like the nigga that we saw on YouTube, right? The nigga that worked for the seed school, right? He's making money. He's in this statistic, but clearly he ain't doing shit, right? It's just a make work job. Clearly you've seen me show you all these crossing guards here in the ghetto and probably all over DC. They have niggers at every corner. Even when school is out, they help niggers cross the street. Those aren't real jobs, promise you. And so when you look at it, and then you got a bunch of niggas that run nonprofits. Nothing against nonprofits. Some of them are good, but in DC and all these other cities, you have these, what do they call them? Help the brothers, ceasefire, and all this other shit. And so, look and say DC, ceasefire. That ceasefire, DC, but DC crime. And then you'll see that a lot of blacks get their wealth from basically transfers from the government. And don't smoke the brothers. And so there are organizations, many of you people probably don't know, that they have all these type of organizations where they give out money to people, typically criminals themselves. And you see, let's see, here's one. Probably talking about this now one. Let's see, we get one from YouTube. And there are plenty of them like that. Here's probably, that's, but there are plenty of these organizations. Stop smoking the brothers. Stop shooting. Stop shooting the brothers. Stop shooting the brothers. Ceasefire. Stop shooting the brothers, DC. And they have all these kind of organizations where these blacks, they get money from the government, and their job is more or less, I guess, to go around and be mediators between blacks and all the little conflicts that they have. And that's just one element of more or less what blacks get a lot of spending power. Again, it's from the government. You add in all the teachers and social workers and shit like that. Jobs that don't really add anything, and they're more or less just make work jobs. Primarily, many of these jobs are created because the damn blacks live so poorly, and that you got to have social workers and teachers aides and teachers assistants and truancy motherfuckers and all this other kind of shit. But you got these blacks thinking so highly of themselves, thinking that they got a lot of fucking money. And again, I don't think they understand the scale of it. Hell, a lot of blacks get their money from the government by way of welfare. That shit counts. But you can't build an economy off niggers to get welfare. You can't count that in, right? If I get $100 from welfare and you make your 100, the government could cut your 100 at any point in time. I could make more than 100. You're content with making 100 that the government gives you. There's no growth there. And I just don't think these blacks, whenever I hear them say that, I almost cringe. They talk about stopping, listen to this nigga. And here's a very good example.
Well, tonight there are also safety concerns when it comes to violence intervention work. The Department of Justice.
These niggas' safety or is at risk if the government cuts funding to criminal organizations.
Stop funding for nearly 15 organizations in D.C. working to keep us all safe. Our Alexis Wainwright has a closer look at what this means for our neighbors who rely on some of these programs.
The district has used violence interrupters for years now. They are people who are from the community who are working these neighborhoods to proactively prevent crime. Now they're at risk of losing their jobs because of these cuts.
We have people across the country because of these cuts that are closing their doors.
Marcus Ellis is concerned about federal funding cuts to organizations doing community violence intervention work. These cuts reverse years of bipartisan progress to support evidence-based, community-led solutions.
We're trying to do preventive measures to get that gun out of someone's hand, convincing them that there's another way to live life.
He works for Cities United, a nonprofit organization that works to stop gun violence in D.C. and several other cities.
When you remove violence interruption, which is a huge part of the work you're making communities less safe.
Another organization, Peace for DC, released a statement saying, quote,
They have these fucking programs all over the country. None of them are working, but they keep funding them. Again, they have to use some back channels to keep these blacks off of welfare. So they come up with these schemes. I call them Rube Goldberg-like schemes. They say, hey, you go out and you're going to talk to the criminals. You intervene before they shoot each other. Do you know that in some cities they pay niggers not to shoot each other? Did you know this? Let me see if I can find it. Folks, these niggas really don't know how bad they are. That there are government agencies out here paying niggers not to shoot each other. Paying. Think about that shit. These are the only niggers in the country paying not to shoot each other, man. These motherfucking niggers are amazing. They are amazing. And the fact that we've pretty much, we run the gamut here. There are no more answers here. There's nothing else left. Right? Dream Keepers. A new program out of San Francisco. Let me just, San Francisco Dream, was it Dream Keepers? Like, you have to be like, man, hey, man, why do y'all niggas got to get paid to stop shooting each other? What the fuck is wrong with you niggas? Where is it? Not shoot each other. You think about what's wrong with these niggas. I ain't talking about the niggas that shoot each other. I'm talking about the niggas that make up excuses that like they don't know these things. Not shoot people. Pay people. What? Yeah. Where is he? I know they were paying. Where is he? Like, where is the headline? Keep it. Let me just see. They're $300. I think they said 300. Okay. It said like they lost their funding. Oh, here it is.
Listen to this. A pilot program in San Francisco will incentivize people not to commit crimes by paying them a stipend. As ABC 7 News reporter Melanie Woodrow explains, the program isn't without controversy.
Oh, these blacks down bad.
The San Francisco...
Like, I challenge you niggas. When you get up on the panels and you talk to these fucking silly ass niggas, and they talking about any bullshit blame, if they even fucking mention white people, you said, nigga, we gotta pay you motherfuckers not to kill each other. It could go the other way, nigga. We can start paying you some bitches to kill each other. How much would you do that for? You doing it for free now. Would you ramp it up, nigga? If we dropped a little money and bullets in your neighborhood, it could go the other way, man. Or if we just cut the funding altogether. I'm sure that $300 may have incentivized some nigga not to pull the trigger. Maybe he just shot in the air instead. But I challenge you niggas. Next time you go on some of these stupid nigger panels and they talking that race, you just tell them, nigga, there are cities that have to pay you fucking niggers not to shoot each other. The fuck you talking about? And you look at these niggas, this ape-like nigger, Freezy. Look at the titles he have. Do black people need to be more like white people? Nigga, you can't be more like white people. You niggers. You ever heard me say, man, I'm trying to be white. Y'all niggas need to be more like white. No, you need to be a nigger. Going back to your black ass chitlin circle. You heard me talk about the shit. Go back there and be your best nigger self. And maybe some other niggas might get you in line if you get too far out of line. But don't take your black ass to the white neighborhoods trying to be a nigger. Trying to be white. It don't work, nigga. You're a nigger. Man, I got Universal Jones in all this. And I've been saving this for Universal. I hope I ain't lost this shit. Let's see if I can find it. Oh, goddamn. Look at this. See, this dovetails with this right here. See, look. You see, does everyone see the title? Do black people need to be more like white? See, you see how fucked up their mind is, nigga? They don't even know what the fuck they should be. Because they live around whites and they be like, I gotta conform when I'm at work 9 to 5. I gotta come back home. I can't be blasting my ghetto ass music and my ghetto blaster and my Hellcat. I can't do donuts and shit in the street like I could if I was over in John Galt's neighborhood. I gotta act white. I gotta drive this goddamn Hellcat at civilized speeds and shit. So he said, dude, do we need to just be more white? I mean, you have to do it most of the day anyway. Just carry it over in the rest of your day. I have all 24 hours, nigga. Try it. Try it all 24 hours. It's going to drive you crazy. It's going to drive you fucking crazy, nigga, if you do it. I want you to try it. Try to be white all day. Eat salads and shit like that black girl saying in my house. Recycle. Pick up the trash in your neighborhood. That's what white people do, nigga. That's what they do, nigga. Did you not understand, motherfucker? It ain't just about drinking lattes. Nah, you gotta stop eating them fucking fast food fried chicken all day. I know what you eat, nigga. Showing it what you eat, nigga. You gotta eat different. You gotta talk different. You gotta take that big fucking stupid ass hat off your head. You got to dress different. Nigga, you can't do that. That's too much. Just try to be your best self, nigga. They can't do it. You ain't never heard me come up and say, well, we need to be more white. I said, nigga, come on back to the children circle. Be your best nigga self. Nigga, I'm comfortable right here, nigga. And I think they would be too. That's why I don't have these kind of motherfucking titles like, dude, we need to be more white. He lives probably in a white neighborhood. Mixed neighborhood, so he has to ask himself these kind of fucking questions. He's conflicted. I'm not. These titles, they show you the nigga's problem. They tell him be brave. Why don't the white people go back? Nigga, your house was built by whites. Where you gonna live? Can they take their houses brick by brick back? The plumbing up out the ground too, nigga? If they leave, nigga, I want them to take it all. The roads, I want them to unpave the roads. The water, the utilities, brick by brick, shingle by shingle, and let your black ass start over. Huh? That's what the Haitians did. Do what they did, nigga. The white women too. I want the white women going too. So that means you don't get to goddamn keep the white women. How many how many niggers do you think would be like, I don't know which side I'm gonna be on, goddamn? They talking about taking the white women, telling the white women to leave? Huh? Now wait a minute, that's a bridge too far. I know these niggas know. Some of these fucking niggas on these panels got white women. And they talking about, go back home, be brave. Well, be brave gonna take his daughters and his children, his wives, with him, right? Isn't the white man, you think he's just gonna leave and leave the children and the wives behind? Then you niggas are gonna be left with these big black miserable bitches, the ones they're making statues after. Yeah, the Lizzos. The bitches done created food deserts by eating goddamn hot Cheetos, right? Well, what's Beyonce's favorite food? Popeyes. Them kind of bitches. Look, get rid of the white man, nigga. I want him to take everything that he laid in this motherfucker. These niggas don't know how much a victim is. Motherfucking nigga was up on Freezy. This is the black fatigue conversation. And the nigga said, y'all stole, he talking about white people, y'all stole America. I said, well, nigga, steal it back. Possession is 9/10 of the law, nigga. Nigga, if you can't defend it, you don't own it, motherfucker. Don't you? They don't understand the way of the world. And you look at just some of the topics and then see if I got some of these fucking niggers up here. Let me look and see where am I logged in there? Fucking my lord there. Yeah, let's see. You just look at some of these fucking niggas talking. Maybe they ain't lying. But it's all about, should we be more like white people? You can't do that. Nigga, you can't do that. This might regret he told us. Cassidy, accomplice of the victim. You know what's interesting? I'm going to get into this right now. Before I get this, y'all got Universal here. Universal, since I'm talking about these niggas, they don't know they're trying to be white. They're trying to be black. I've experienced the same shit I'm about to show you right here. Look, check this. This is a black bitch. Look, you can see her. They always got to tell you their fucking birthday month. Bitch, I don't give a fuck if you're a Gemini, Aquarius, whatever the fuck. Is this some African shit? No. Okay. All right. They all go back to Africa. You gonna be running around telling people you're a Gemini back in Africa, nigga? Does that matter in Africa? I don't know. I had a meeting with my supervisor yesterday regarding how quiet, in quotes, I am during team meetings. And if something is wrong, in quotes, with me, because I'm to myself silent in the office, man, being black in the office is so stressful, even when you don't even talk. Universal, man, come up here. If you had time, I would love to, because I had a buddy that had, he's a manager. He said, man, fuck this being a manager shit. I'm done. I don't want to deal with these niggers anymore. He's black. He said, man, I can't do this shit. He said, I can't manage these niggers. I can't do it. And I think I told you this story. And it goes into showing you why they have such hard times in corporate America, because they don't understand when they should keep their mouth shut or how to talk. And I'm gonna give you this in a roundabout way from my experience in corporate America. I spent many years consulting. And I never forget, it was like yesterday. One of I think they call them principals or whatever. You just got like the guy he talks to the client, at a very high level, telling you what the fuck you're going to be doing, right? And so he said, it may be an Orange, I can't remember, Anderson Consulting, one of them fucking Avanade, somebody. And he says, we don't tell the client what can't be done. Tell them we look into it, get back to them. But that's just kind of our model, right? The client asks you to do something, or can something be done? Say, sure, let me look into it, get back to you. And I never forget it, because I was a very young man at the time. And what it taught me was, like, you want to have a positive attitude toward things. Can do versus cannot, right? And, I took that on with me even in business today. I've had people work for me. I'm saying, yo, bro, don't tell me what can't be done. Tell me what needs to be done. If you can't do it, let me know who can. But everything has a solution to it, right? Almost everything. There are maybe some exceptions. And I said, just don't come to me with can't, ain't, won't. Look, if you don't want to do something, just tell me, say, hey, this needs to be done. And I'm not willing to. So you don't have to tell me, what can't be done. Just tell me what needs to be done. I don't fucking need to hear what can't be done. or what you can't do. And so since I got Universal up here, Universal, what do you think about this text message? It really struck a chord with me.
This is the common mindset of black professionals. No matter what you do, you're doing it wrong because you're just black. And white people are always looking out to get you. White man's always around the corner to get you. There's something wrong with the black man's mind, as Manning theory has led us to. And this is what keeps that stress alive. Stuff like this. They just asked her, "Hey, do you have some perspective? You don't seem like you're saying anything. Is everything okay with you?" That's a reasonable thing to ask anyone.
Well, the thing is, Universal. Why would someone sit quiet in a team meeting?
Maybe they don't have anything to share. Maybe they don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Maybe they feel uncomfortable. They may not be equipped. Maybe they are tired of their job and they're just like, "Fuck this place. I ain't got nothing to really say."
Okay.
Yeah.
All of those would be traits that, like, well, let's say if you're tired of the job, well, you need to quit. You need to go find another job.
Correct.
That's what you need to do, right? Because you're not making it good on yourself. You're not making a good, shining a good light on yourself by being, just quiet, withdrawn on the job. That's not
correct.
It's not good for you. Go somewhere where you can, still maintain a good reference on this job. You can go, "Hey, this is not working out for me. I have found something better. Would you be my reference?" They'll probably give you at least a general decent reference if that's what you need, right? Somebody on the job you should have been decent with, in terms of working with, right? Somebody, right, that can say, "Hey, yeah, she was decent. She worked here." It doesn't even have to be your boss. It could be a coworker.
Correct. Absolutely.
So some of the other things you mentioned was maybe she's not comfortable speaking up, or what I was thinking was either she's not interested or she doesn't feel comfortable because of her ability, her understanding of the job.
Right.
And so when you don't have anything to say because you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you just shut the fuck up. Right. And then when you get back to your desk, you're kind of withdrawn because you don't know what the hell's going on. And you maybe not feeling comfortable around Becky and Karen. I'm using those just pejoratives to say, younger white women around her. And I bring it back to that Issa Rae Insecure episode. Do you remember that when Molly was in the office?
Yeah. Yeah. At the law firm. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Well, you think about, when you're working somewhere, like, people start to become friendly, right? And oftentimes they're sharing, "Hey, I went on vacation," right? Bro, I had a guy, bro. This motherfucker was loaded. I worked with, right? He didn't make a lot of money, but somehow he was fucking loaded. His family. And he went to Africa on a vacation, and he said some shit that, one of these, sensitive blacks would have taken the wrong way. And let me see if I can bring it up for you. Let's see.
Yeah. While you're bringing it up, John,
Yeah.
A common experience that I've had in Minnesota when I went to college was the college kids during winter break. They would say, like, "Hey, we're going to the cabin," or even during the summer, "We're going to go to the cabin with our family." And that's just something black folks up here don't do. We don't have cabins to stay to. You know what I mean? Like we going back home to grandma's house
Right.
trying to get some Thanksgiving dinner. They're going to the cabin. It's just different experience, man. Just
Yeah.
different.
It is very different. Where is the Seychelles here? Let me see. Yeah, it's so different, Universal, and you're around that, and I think it breeds more animosity than anything. Let me see. Let me see if I can find the Seychelles is somewhere in this motherfucker, somewhere around here, right? It's off the coast of Africa, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's a very exclusive place to go. And so this white guy that was working with me, he says him and his wife and his children went to the Seychelles. And they flew into Africa on a vacation where you live in the jungle with chefs and shit. it's like now I've been on the safari. I've seen the what they call the Big Nine or whatever, but I didn't live in the motherfucker, right? I was in a car. They actually lived in the jungle, so they flew in from Seychelles, which is where these little red dots are.
Yep.
And went over to like Kenya, wherever, to go to the safari, and then flew back. So these people were fucking loaded, man.
Yeah.
This is probably a $30,000 vacation, right?
Yeah, or more.
Right. And so I said, I'm saying to myself, I'm like, if I were a jealous guy, like, if the woman came back to work talking that with her girlfriends at work, and you're sitting here like, damn, I went to Miami. Me and my girlfriend, something along those lines. It's that jealousy there, and it will make a black girl sit in the office and just be the fuck quiet. And she's thinking, based upon the old paradigm, girl, just go to work, don't share too much. That's probably what her mama told her. That's what a lot of blacks think. And it closes as many doors as it, you know what I mean? Because these people are making connections. And she's being standoffish, right?
Yes.
Thinking that these people are out to get her.
Yep. And John, what she's doing, what her boss is doing is trying to help her, invite her into a network.
Right.
By her not speaking and engaging, she's showing that she's closed off. So she will be disinvited. I don't know what kind of work she does, but let's say she's in a business where they have galas or they have these meetings or these events where they want to invite, 10 members of the team. You think they're going to invite the woman that doesn't say anything in the meetings? Probably not.
Right.
She's not sociable. She's not engaging. She may be attractive. They might want to bring her diversity. They might want to bring her to connect, maybe bring in a new audience or a new client, but she's not verbal, so she's not useful.
Right. Bro, I tell you, Universal, man, as I said, I've been a consultant most of my years as a software developer. And it's always dinners, bro. Like, it's like you go to a client and you don't have to go, right? But if you don't go, right, like, and you're expected to be working with these people and you're coming back once, twice a month, and it's always, hey, let's take you out to dinner. They just want to chit chat with you, right? To get to know you better than just that virtual working arrangement, because the other 2 weeks out of the month, you're not there. And for you to just not go, you wall yourself off. Hey, I'm just here to do payroll. What the fuck she's doing? It just doesn't. It definitely doesn't open any doors for her. Definitely
no,
because the people that she works with today may one day be working somewhere else, and she may be applying there. Correct.
Yes.
And they're like, you know what? I'll pass. You didn't seem all too friendly.
Happens all the time.
Yeah. And
that is one of the quiet things that you can get from a college education is you do build a network. I know people down devalue how important college can be, but all degrees aren't good, but at least you get an experience where you do meet people, man. There's been so many contracts, grants, even some job opportunities that I've received just from building a network from people that I knew, that knew me. They knew that I that I was respectable, or I did decent work, or I just had a good experience with them. And they're like, hey, let me bring you into something. Like, it goes a long way.
Yeah. And I think that this woman, be it in college or whatever, she, if she went to a PWI, as they call it, she was going to be this way in college. She's not going to build these networks, right? She's not going to build a network. She's going to be to herself. She's going to say, I'm just came here to do my schoolwork, right?
Yep.
That's not going to be enough in today's America, in my opinion. You have to network more than just, just get straight into school. Now, if you're very, very good at it, maybe you can pull it off, but that's going to be the exceptions there. I'm curious to know what the responses are like to this.
Probably, I bet you a bunch of black women agree with her. Yeah, girl, you know how it is at work. They want to touch our hair. They want to question what we doing and shit like that.
You see, the first response, I don't know why people want you to make your presence known in a work environment. Have mercy. God.
See, again,
shit, man.
I'm about to create a new theory. 180-degree thinking. We are ass backwards with how the society works with our thinking. We got 180-degree mindsets. You need to let your presence be known. How are you gonna? Because you know what's gonna happen with this Bree woman. She is going to be complaining in a year that she has not moved up the ladder and why she hasn't been able to advance in
Yeah.
her career.
Yeah.
And they ain't looking at me, and I come here and I work hard every day. Well, lady, it's more than just working hard. Are you making your presence known? Are you working the room? You know, are you going the extra mile?
Listen to what she says. Some people want to stay out of the way or simply take in as much info as possible without speaking. The girl responds, exactly. I've been this way since I started here almost 2 years ago.
I didn't even see that
Leave
comment.
me the fuck alone, baby. You know the best way they can leave you alone is leave you at
Let
home.
you go. Let you go. Yep,
Leave
exactly.
your ass alone. As long as I'm doing my work, I don't have to. God
See,
damn.
what did I just say? I called it. I didn't even see that tweet yet. Say la vie. Let her go home. Say la vie.
Leave me alone.
John, it's built in everywhere, man. I'm telling you, we are our own worst enemies from time to time. It just is. And then we get mad at other, let's say other blacks, our Caribbean and our African brothers and sisters who actually will come here with a language barrier, and they will do a lot better than us in these environments because we are not built for this.
I bring you back to the conversation that Freezy was having. I mean, he's a real dumb nigga, man. Do black people need to be more like white people? And I'm probably harder than nigga because this nigga accused me of doing some shit I ain't ever done in my life. I ain't never done no fucking cocaine. This fucking nigga gonna slander me with that nigga don't even fucking know me, so he must be fucking retarded, nigga. But anyway, he says, do black people need to be more like white people? See, this title shows me how fucking stupid he is. Nigga, black people can't be white people. They need to be their best selves. Whatever that is, let the chips fall where it may. But you can't be like somebody. Like, that doesn't make sense to me, right? You got to be your best self. And, man, blacks, I mean, because again, if they could be like white people, well, they wouldn't be writing this post right here because white people wouldn't be to themselves like this and wondering if it's because I'm black, right?
Correct.
I can't, I wondered out loud, if black people could change their skin color, do you think their outcomes would change?
Absolutely.
You think so?
How we have Ozempic? If we had a shot or a pill to change black people white, that shit would go through the roof. Kid Crack would be even more richer than he is now.
But do you think that and look, she's saying we can't win for losing, cuz let us speak up about something, then it's a problem. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna tell you about a friend of mine that had it. He was a manager. He gave up managing. He said, I can't do this shit. I can't manage these black people. He's black, right?
Yeah. Fatigue.
And I think I told you about this. He said they had the company, what do they call this shit? Retreat.
A retreat, yeah.
And then they said the manager, the boss, or whatever, asked for feedback. The black bitch just went in.
Oh yes, yeah. You did. They were upset with like the food and the place and all that. Yeah.
I mean, she just went in, right? You know what I'm saying? And the boss really wanted to hear maybe more positive feedback. It could have been, she could have said it in a positive way, or with a better spin on it, but she went straight negative. You know what I mean? And my manager was like, yo, like, I have to manage this woman. And, that just threw me for a loop because he manages her. And he said he just gave it up not because of that, but because of other little things where they file little grievances or whatever the fuck they do with HR. And, you just look at the comments here, like, they really don't get it, bro. And no one coming to her gets it.
No.
Yeah.
And the coach, man.
Yeah. And this is why I said, like, she really needs, and she's not lost. It's not a lost cause. I've always said many blacks are better off as solo rappers. Go work on a truck, driving a truck, right? Like, nobody's in the cab with you. If you can get through training, working with other people, just take 2 weeks of training and get your CDL, you know, just like driving. Like, she could probably do that without much anger and, you know, resentment. But having her in the office interacting with other people, I just don't think many blacks are very good at that.
No, I think what I've seen is when you do have blacks that are liked in offices, they're usually portraying a level of a stereotype, like the loud black woman who's sassy,
Yeah,
or the black man who's kind of like Stanley from The Office, who's kind of like curmudgeon. But you don't get that person. You know, it's not often that you get that person who has some balance to them. But yeah, this is unfortunate. This is unfortunate. This is something that I think we see more than we think than we know. Is young ladies like that, because she could probably. I mean, she's been there for 2 years. She's invited to the table, but she won't advance because of her own racial idolatrous mindset of being a black person.
You know, I think it's more to it than that. You know, Universal, like, again, like, she just don't like interacting with people. At least white people. Let's just say
White,
that.
yeah, I say white people.
Mixed group of people, okay?
Non-blacks.
She doesn't feel comfortable with that. Hey, Sandra Season, you got to show your face. You know, put something in the chat. I've never seen you before. But she doesn't like dealing with these people. So it's going to be very difficult for her to move up in that organization. And,
correct.
You know, she'll be stuck with wherever she is. And it's unfortunate that she's using race, but it's not race. In her case, she can layer that on, but she's the one that's deliberately being quiet, while other people are clearly expressing themselves and, you know, trying to stand out. And I think race is just that added layer that gives the blacks victim cover, in my opinion.
Yeah, and then she just gets false confirmation from Twitter because so many black folks think the way that she does, that she doesn't realize that she could change this with just her own actions. But they're just gonna hype her up, and she's just gonna keep moving forward. And it's unfortunate because she might not advance, you know, in her career due to this type of mentality, this approach.
Universal, I want to run something past you about this whole puffy shit, because I want to get to this.
I got about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm out in LA and I'm about to go to breakfast with a baddie, so I gotta roll.
We'll get to it later, man. We have to get to it later, man. Because, you know, but I would just say this. I think what we have here is the court of law bumping into black relationships, at least from the standpoint of Puffy being the power, right? And I think I've been looking into this jury. There's a lot of blacks on the jury.
Yep.
He's going to get off, bro. Because blacks have such a warped view of sex and relationships that they're not going to be able to see I don't think they'll be able to see the crime committed, because they're just fucking. You know, blacks are very simple in their thinking in that way, right? You touch me, I'll kill you, right? They just fucking, right? He didn't rape her and he's not charged with rape, I don't think. So I don't see how the blacks, and I think it's 8 of them on the jury, and one of them is like 51, so he's about Puffy's age. He would have grown up in it, take that era. I don't see those blacks convicting Puffy. No way. You know, Puffy has even supporters outside. He's paid supporters. What do you think, Universal?
I think you're right, man. Like, I think Puffy's image has been tarnished. That might play a role in it. But honestly, the deviance in the behavior, I don't think it's too far off from what we're used to. I mean,
right.
It is what it is. It just that's. I mean, I think I've seen a mix. So from what I've been keeping up with, just in like social commentary online, is that there's a mixed review. Like, I've seen people post like Cassie's not a victim, and then Diddy's just nasty, and it's kind of like a joke at this point. So I think you're right. I don't see a lot of people. It's like Diddy is you know, he's guilty, and also, you know, she was complying a lot of this, and she was of age. I don't know how much they're going to be able to like pin against him. Yeah, is he a pervert? Is this shit nasty? Absolutely. But is it illegal? That's a big fucking question. I don't know.
Well, I think the videotaping and blackmailing someone kind of points to, I guess, maybe some crime. I'm not sure. But I think the transactional nature of blacks in terms of relationships. We're going full display here.
Yes, absolutely. I give you fame. I give you money. You give up your body. Yes.
Right. And I really will treat you like trash because of that. You didn't have to treat her like trash to do this to her. You didn't have to treat her like trash. You beat her up and shit like that. But I think that is the nature of blacks, is that, you know, their relationships are very transactional. They don't really give a fuck about each other. And so from that standpoint, that's what it all led to there. That's my thoughts. And I think a lot of blacks are going to look at it that way.
Yep.
So, and the type of blacks that are going to be on the jury are going to be people who don't work primarily, or you know, low enough in their job where they can take off for 2 weeks. And those are the blacks probably going to be kind of somewhat on Puffy side there.
On Puffy's side, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit more compassionate.
Yeah,
he might get off.
Yeah. And you know, I think again, it really highlights, you know,
man, what? Look at these glasses. What the fuck?
You know,
and this is a damn professional police person. Is that the sergeant?
Let's see.
Oh my God.
Good afternoon, all. I am Major Stephanie Minter Gibson, and I oversee the Crime Victims Unit for the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office. Once I was notified about the escapees, I immediately gathered a team of experts.
See that this is one of the things that Freezy doesn't understand. And I see Herman is saying, why? Well, she's black. Blacks are very expressive in their dress. Understand? Right. These fucking glasses might not even be medicated. This nigga might just got them up.
Yeah, there's some stunner shades. Yeah.
Right? You know,
not even prescription.
Right? Al Roker does ghetto shit like this. When he did the meteorologist, right? Blacks have to express themselves. And so this is one of the things when Freezy said, do blacks need to be just white? Okay, tell this bitch to take these glasses off. Ain't do that. You're gonna say, look, this is just me. I'm expressing myself.
Experienced staff, and we started calling victims and survivors just to make sure that they are aware of what was going on and that they are safe.
She sounds a little Caribbean, by the way.
For the records that had no information, I immediately reached out to our partners. Partners such as NOPD Special Victims Unit, Detective Walton, who was very grateful in helping us, and she provided us with other information that we were able to call those families and help them as well. Once we finished the first batch of victims, we started calling the second batch. And actually, the reason why I'm saying that is because I separated them. The chief from the DA's office, victims, Alison Morgarder, reached out to me, and we both were calling victims. What she had and I did not have, we shared information, and we both gathered all the information, and we made sure all victims were aware of what was going on. Most of the victims were very grateful for the calls. They graciously—
This is a carrier, man. It sounds like Caribbean, huh?
Thank us. We additionally sent our detectives to their homes for more safety measures, and that alone speak measures. I strongly encourage all to educate the community on the importance of VineLink. This is a free app that is listed online, and it is also a guide for victims and survivors to track offenders while they navigate the criminal justice system.
What the fuck is
the number for Vine is 1-800-277-7477. I'm sorry, it's 1-866-277-7477. We are located here on the third floor of the sheriff's office, and our contact number here is 504-827-6754, 504-202-9.
What the fuck is she talking about?
Yeah, I'm lost. I don't know what she's talking about.
This is it.
What did that comment? What did the comment say? Go back up. It said, I can't believe.
All 1,400
inmates didn't escape. Oh yeah, this is about the guys that escaped. Yeah, did you see that video, John?
Yeah, man. I mean, them niggas just piled out there. Really,
Hey,
the front.
Hey, good morning, Portia. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Portia?
Good, good. How are you guys? Good.
Man.
Oh, one day at a time.
You know those guys that had escaped. At first they said it was 12, then it was 11, and so then yesterday when I did the show, I had to count, so it's 10 of them. Since they don't know how many it was, apparently.
But
they were feral.
These blacks have more or less probably have shoved all the, white people. Let's just be fair, white people out of the way, and they've had their opportunity to take over the police department and run it to the best of their ability. And like this is what they end up with. And with prisoners, I'm assuming some of them were probably fairly dangerous.
John, all of them are dangerous. All of them. We're talking triple homicide, double homicide, attempted murder. I mean, this one guy, he tried to kill a girl and he like choked her out. She almost died, but somebody intervened. But the worst part, John, did you see that the sheriff is a black woman, right? Yeah. Not the one that you had on the screen.
That's not her.
The other
who is it? Wait a minute, who is this? She's something. She's not the sheriff though. So the sheriff is a black woman too? What the fuck is going on? Sheriff?
Yeah, the sheriff is a black woman and she was acting a fool. They actually cut the camera on her the other day because she was acting a fool. Whoa. And then that black dude over here with the glasses on off to the left, he was acting a fool too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was acting a fool. Sure was.
Yeah. Oh, these niggas. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is leading to like
questions and some questions that we
fatigue, man. Like,
it's amazing.
These niggas are putting everybody's lives in danger. They can't do their fucking job. They're demanding to be put in these positions, and it's just a fucking disaster. This shit is fucking amazing.
Give us an update on what you just heard, because there was so much that was out there. It went from talking about how funding and
yeah, absolutely. I mean, we heard the sheriff basically defending what they did with limited resources and that they didn't have enough to do a general maintenance contract to be able to keep these cells from being broken through and to be able to also have a proper staffing to monitor these pods, and that they had this one civilian monitor who left to go on a break when all of this happened. And of course, it seems that these individuals knew.
Ain't no way them niggas did all that in one sitting. Them niggas been grinding on that shit for days on end, which means that they probably weren't inspecting the cells periodically. They should have found shit like that, people tampering with it. But like, again, it's
John,
like,
did you see them actually? Did you see the actual footage of them like breaking the door down and climbing through the walls and running out the building and running across the interstate?
I saw the toilet hanging off the damn wall or something, and I couldn't believe it was just running. I saw them running out of like a building or something. Was that the prison they were running out of?
Yeah, they ran out of prison, and then John, they ran across the interstate. Like they ran across.
This this kind of reminds me of what's going on in Atlanta. The courts are so backed up in Atlanta that, the criminals are sleeping up on top of each other. And I bet you that New Orleans is kind of having the same thing, incompetence is going all up and down the ladder. And their prosecutors their prosecutors probably are so behind, so backed up that they can't, go through the system fast enough. And it's probably a myriad of problems here. Wow, this is really amazing. Wow, this is really amazing. Let me play the rest of the video.
That was when that monitor was going to go on the break. When the monitor came back from the break, she had no idea that anybody had left. They had then gathered in a single cell and were able to escape that way. And, you know, there are 200 officers out there now. They were talking about high rewards for anybody with any information. They were also talking about protecting witnesses who testified against these inmates, one of whom was actually convicted recently of murder. And they have very grave concerns about the safety of the witnesses in those cases. And
oh shit, I didn't even think about that. Goddamn, there's witnesses out here. Oh shit, these niggas probably threatening the witnesses already. Oh man, black run government.
Of the victims in some of these other cases where people are awaiting trial. So Deputy Stephanie Minto-Gibson said that they have been working with victims to try to protect them. We heard Darlene Costanza saying that they're offering big rewards, and so too is the FBI. But again, they even brought up the CFO to talk about their the condition of what kind of funding they have, and they say that they just don't have enough to do this maintenance. And then at the end, in a very explosive moment, you heard the sheriff suggest that this was somehow political, that somehow the people escaping now or being allowed to escape was done with the knowledge or coercion or coordination with her political opponents, which was
what? Did you hear this? She said her political man, that shit like Africa then. If that's what she's alleging, that her political opponent helped spring some this is like African shit, right? Like straight up African shit, like running coups by releasing prisoners.
An incredible claim to make, which I tried to ask her about as she was leaving, and she wouldn't take that question. So absolutely explosive here tonight.
You know, David, we're here talking about it right now as you're mentioning this. I know that you asked a question earlier. Katie, you brought this up as well, the recordings of the iPads that all of the
inmates have tablets, and they can do video calls back and forth to their loved ones on these tablets, which is like a Zoom call pretty regularly in the jail. And now one of the investigative tools that they have always used is jail calls that are recorded. What was the answer when you asked them if those Zoom calls are recorded and if they're looking at those?
Well, initially, the deputy said that they didn't know, or he didn't know. Then he checked and found out that, yes, indeed, they are recorded. But again, if they don't have the people actively monitoring those or checking back on them, then all the recordings in the world won't make a difference if they don't have the information or they're not monitoring to make sure that that information isn't being shared and the coordination of this escape wasn't being done in advance.
You would hope that that's what they were checking now, that they would be checking into those video messages, those jail calls to see who they were talking to, who the last people that they were talking to. I mean, all those investigative resources that our security experts have been talking about throughout the day.
Well, David, a quick question for you. We got to the point that three employees were suspended. Do we know who they are? Is it the person that was inside of the module watching the cameras, or what?
It's definitely a critical. Right, that's a very good question. We asked that. They didn't give any additional details. They said that more details would be forthcoming about who was suspended. But again, the suspensions of 3 staff members there, and we don't know whether they were because they weren't where they were supposed to be. Was it that the civilian monitor wasn't supposed to have left, or was that person allowed to have left and there should have been somebody else looking at that time? Again, they didn't have any deputy who was actively on the pod at that time, and you only had the one civilian monitor who was monitoring from a remote location inside a booth. So again, no eyes on this at the time.
No eyes.
That location is what we're now being told.
That is shocking, I think, to anyone who heard that. Another shocking situation is, just the fact that we have executives at the jail saying that this is a minimum security facility from top to bottom, and that we have some of the most serious offenders who are either past offenders or awaiting trial, or who have been convicted, including one of these offenders who are being housed in this jail. That is shocking, I think, to everyone, that this is considered a minimum security facility from top to bottom.
it started out with officials. And that's exactly what I asked of the warden, who said that this was designed for minimal security, but they are so overwhelmed with people who should be in high security locations that they don't have those people sectioned off. And he said that actually sometimes they have people convicted who should be then moved to state prison who are still waiting to be moved, and they are still on this more minimal security location. And that appears to be the case with Derek Groves, although we are checking into that. But these are examples of things where they are apparently not keeping up with the demand. They're understaffed, and they don't.
I told you it was a demand issue there. I said it earlier. I said, look, these people don't know how to run court systems. Like last week, we talked about throughput, lead time, bottlenecks, shit like that. These people have bottlenecks at fucking every step of the way. The court system, they can't handle they don't know how to handle trials. They're incompetent. Clearly the jail system, they're incompetent there. The police department, probably corrupt and incompetent. So you got a lot of problems going on here. And you even have a lady here saying this shit was an inside job.
Through that hole.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
They had to pry off a sink in a toilet.
I got to roll,
What
John. I'll talk
tools
to you
were
later.
really necessary to make this escape possible, and how would they have come by those tools behind bars?
Good evening, Natasha. And yes, absolutely. They needed tools. You can see that this toilet area was affixed to the wall, and they somehow were able to pry it off, knowing that what it led to after the toilet, and that they would be able to have easy access to being able to leave the facility. Natasha, this was absolutely an inside facilitated job, in my opinion.
Okay, I appreciate that. 3 New Orleans jail employees have been suspended so far. We see Sheriff Susan Hudson making an interesting statement on Friday. Let's listen to that and let's get your thoughts on the other side.
We think this was intentional. There is much more than meets the eye in this investigation. And why did it happen just right now, right? In the middle as we're getting ready to start this sheriff's race. This is very suspicious. We know that they had help. We're showing you.
Wow. So she said it's political. Man, these people really are amazing. Like, they really are amazing. And, they're unwilling to accept any responsibility, even if it puts other people's lives at risk. Like, that's the crazy fucking part. It's not my
They
fault.
had help. This was coordinated. There's much more than meets the eye.
Oh yeah, John, that's
Before
the
we start the sheriff's race.
That's the sheriff right there.
Yeah. I mean, she's saying it's not my fault. Right? Like, she said they had help. Hell, if they had help, that still makes it your fault. Right? Doesn't it?
Well, yeah, they also said they said they're understaffed and they're underpaid. And I also want to let you know, John, I found the video. If you hadn't played it already, one of the kids that escaped, he went live on Instagram.
I heard about that. I was going to get to that shit. I was going to get to that shit.
Yeah, I found the clip, but Nas 415 mentioned it.
Yeah, it's that whole, I don't think that prison is a very big deterrent for them. I don't think they won't be there, clearly. But once they get there, it's not that big of a deterrent, because if it was, he wouldn't have gone live. Or they're too fucking dumb about how technology works that he may not have known that they could track him by going live. It could be one or two or both. One of the two, but for him to go live knowing that the police are looking for him, man, we're talking about some real low IQ shit here. Let me hear what this lady says. She's talking about someone helped him get out.
Race and more than meets the eye. Jennifer, help us parse through this. What do you make of this statement?
Well, what she's definitely trying to say is this is politically motivated, and this happened for the purpose to make this sheriff look bad. I mean, that's the messaging. I got to tell you, though, what I'm more concerned about is you have right now 4 of these inmates that have been convicted of murder, and you have a Tulane graduation. You have an extremely busy time going on in New Orleans right now. I'm so concerned about the citizenry and what this means for New Orleans.
Yeah, tell me more about that, and also about the specific language that they scrawled above that hole that they made in the wall. I mean, what are you reading into that in terms of the time they had to do that, the brazenness, the attitude of these criminals?
Yeah, this definitely tells you that they knew they weren't going to get caught because the person that was supposed to have cameras and eyes on had gone on a break, and that the other individuals responsible for keeping them housed were somehow not paying any attention. So they knew they were free and clear. I also thought it was funny they didn't spell "two" correctly, but they're certainly smart enough to get out of this jail facility.
You know, some of these inmates are facing murder charges. We know that at least one family has already been relocated because they feared for their safety now that they're on the loose. I mean, what do you make of police telling witnesses and victims, be on alert and contact us if you feel unsafe?
Well, I think that was handled pretty well and fairly quickly, that they contacted the victims. I mean, so we have domestic abuse victims. We have people who could have been witnesses to these murders. This is very, very concerning, and these individuals have nothing to lose at this point, Natasha.
Okay, Jennifer Goffendorfer, I know you'll keep tracking this for us tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app.
Oh, John, you're muted if you're talking.
Sorry about that. Man, Portia, this whole Puffy thing, I was thinking about, I think in some ways, I was telling Universal, it kind of exposed kind of the transactional relationship, kind of how, and I'm not saying all blacks, but I think a lot of blacks have boiled relationships down now into transactional. I see it a lot as a landlord, the men be trying to stay off the women trying to at least get him to help kick in some money on the rent, so on and so forth. It's very transactional. And I'll never forget this guy. He was staying in one of my houses, and he said a woman that he's sleeping around with, and she had a house out in Virginia somewhere, and he asked him for some money to help on the light bill. And, he was staying there 2 nights out of the week, and he refused to help her. And I'm like, damn, bro, like, shit, that would have been so trivial, $100 at most, and he refused to do it. And he just said, I just find me another woman. So for $100, he was willing to just throw away the whole relationship, even though he was benefiting from the lights being on in her house when he went over there to spend the night. And, Puffy, clearly at a higher level, it was just very transactional between him and Cassie. That's what you come away thinking. She didn't get anything out of it, from a music deal standpoint. But she got to travel around the world and do this and that, and she had to give up some things. And I think that's how a lot of the blacks on the jury will see it. They'll see that she got $30 million, she got 20 from Puffy. And there are about 8 blacks on the jury. Am I muted? Someone says I'm muted here. But anyway, I just think that Puffy's case really highlights how many black relationships have become just very transactional. And in many cases, if it's transactional, it's very dysfunctional. And, I don't know how.
It's just black relationships, or like relationships in general, or just very specifically to black relationships?
Well, I think the extreme nature of it, because, a lot of blacks, and here's I started off earlier by playing the Suge Knight comment about Puffy, where he says, if you don't want a producer all up in your videos dancing and shit, that main character syndrome, which Puffy seemed to have on steroids, and then the leisurely nature that they like to go about life. It really makes you question, how did he become a billionaire? The man had no work ethic. He just liked to freak off all day. 9-hour freak offs was considered a short freak off, according to the testimony. He wanted to have a freak off from 7 at night to 7 in the morning, or 4 at night, or 4 in the afternoon, or something like that. It was 9 hours. And Cassie testified that would have been a short freak off for them. And he's doing this shit twice a week and got to recover from it. He's a man that really isn't about business. And I think that's why, he's in the predicament that he's in. I can't see a man becoming a billionaire behaving like that, which leads me to think that much of what we saw of him was manufactured by other people. He just had other shit on his mind. And when he wasn't having freak offs, he was drugged out. So it just, highlights just kind of, he looked at her as just disposable. She looked at him, and she's not even black, but, he was the leading figure here because he had the money. And here comes this white guy who married her, and he's hearing some things that he probably couldn't even imagine. And I think that, and I'm trying to figure out how best to say this. But, if you have a guy like Puffy who doesn't respect women, he'll do anything with a woman. He doesn't care, and particularly outside of his race. Like, I wonder, did he treat Young Miami this way? Did she go for it?
Well, Young Miami, she did say that she liked it. She liked to drink his pee and lick his, butt and all of that. I'm sure. Yeah, she has a podcast called like the Carisha Show, so I guess she likes that stuff too. But the way that it sounds is like any woman that dealt with Diddy had to do this. I don't know if you saw Cassie's husband made a statement, and also whenever Cassie read testimony on Friday, she talked about how she FaceTimed her now husband while she was having sex with Diddy, like he was on the phone.
Well, I think he FaceTimed her. And they didn't say if he answered or not, or if she answered the phone or not. So
they said she answered the phone. She said she answered the phone.
Oh wow, okay, so there you go. So I said that makes it even more weird. But yeah, to me, I just look at it like I went back and I started looking at all these black men, and I just came up with a real quick list that were accused of sexual stuff. And something, and look, I'm just speaking for myself. And I've known a couple men who have either crossed the line or flirted with, sexual type issues. And I've always thought there's something wrong with them. Something deep down is wrong. Like, what the hell you want a 16-year-old girl for? Why would you want to sleep with a woman passed out drunk on your sofa that wouldn't sleep with you while she was awake? And so there is something deep down, you know what I'm saying, that I've seen. And I don't know. It's just, I probably haven't put my thoughts together here. But, I think you can only behave this way when you're very transactional. And, I played a video a while back where a guy was trying to say, what is the word maintenance in African? And there's a video where they asked an African guy, what is love in your country? Because there was a lot of rapes in Sweden or whatever. And the guy had no concept of what love was. There wasn't a word for love in Sweden, in wherever he was from. And I think that there's kind of a void there. Okay, you let a woman do whatever you want to do to her, or vice versa. But to have another man do that to her and then claim that still is your girlfriend, there's a disconnect there between, having, strong feelings or love for a woman and then, basically violating her like that. It's something wrong there, in my opinion. And then, for the blacks that you're going to see, a lot of blacks are cheering for him. But even with this portion, like, just listen to how this guy talks about women.
First nigga, because the girls that heard me, my first year and a half, I made like $2.4 million off girls. I was the first nigga like taking 50%. I was blasting. 50? Yes, bro. Oh, I was the first nigga because the girls that heard me saying I was taking 50, they're like, "What the fuck, nigga? Are you nuts?" But I was blasting them. I knew how to
Yeah, you knew what to do.
So my girl's making $300,000 a month.
Is there a girl that we would know right now that like?
No, I took underground girls like.
And that's crazy.
The girls next door. Yes. What? The girls next door. My first year and a half, I made.
So here's a young man who's bragging about pimping out women. You know, like, he's fucking bragging about it. And, you know, it's something like, do we see white pimps? You know, like, you know, young white pimps, you know, tough guy comes up here, talk about the pimp game. Like, it's something deep down where they just don't look at women as like a counterpart. There's something wrong there. Just like, listen, like, I'm going to play it again. Yeah, I took these women.
$4 million off girls. I was the first nigga like taking 50%. I was blasted.
I was the first nigga taking 50%. Like, what? Like, you got a mama, a daughter? Would you like your mama pimped out? Like, no thought of that. Like, it's all about just get money, you know, by any means necessary. And if that means abusing women or whatever the case may be, there is no limit. You know, isn't this a fucking crime? Isn't what he admitted to a crime? Anyway, very interesting. Very interesting. I don't know who this guy is, but he's talking to Aiden Ross here. And he's admitting to pimping women. And so there you have it there. Anyway, very interesting. I don't know what the people are saying about that. $2.4 million a year managing women, he says. Yeah, it's pimping. It's straight pimping. Anyway. Yeah, so anyway, I just thought that puppy.
It's definitely a crime, John. That's illegal. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's illegal. Yeah, it's yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know, and again, you know, he's admitting it unabashed, like on camera, like, yeah, I pimp. Because I think within the culture, there's nothing wrong with pimping women. Like, there clearly there isn't, you know, anything that would tell him, man, maybe I shouldn't say this. You know, he's more than willing to just brag about it. And again, I've never seen a white man talking about pimping. Not saying that there aren't any, but you just don't see it like the way that you see it among the blacks here. You know, here's kind of another example of what I mean here. I'm gonna put it on the screen like this right here. You can't hear. She's not, I guess, all the way black, but she's kind of black influenced. This is a Joy Taylor.
Do you think that America is trying to be better?
Of course not. No. Not at all.
Yeah, I don't either. I think there's also a massive attack on femininity. Like, the idea is that the masculinity is actually what's being attacked, right? Like, and that everything is watered down, everything is softened now. You know, everything is feminine. I actually think femininity is under control. I think that a big part of the reason why this is happening is because women got too close to power.
Okay, how so?
I mean, the audacity that a black woman would run for president. I mean, this was their last stand. They're like, hold on, listen, we let you in boardrooms, you know, we let you get credit cards. Running for president is just it's too much audacity for us. You know, when you have like cute aggression, when you see something that's like so cute, you just start spazzing out. They had like audacity aggression. Like, how the fuck could she do this?
Yeah.
She's supposed to fucking stay in line. Yeah. There's too many bitches. Get them out of here. And that's what it's really about. So rolling back of women's rights and this push that women have somehow created this world where there's too much equality and we can make choices about when we have children, and marriage rates are dropping because nobody wants to fucking deal with a cheating alcoholic man when you can just get your own apartment. Yeah. Guys are lonely. Men in these fucking caves that would never touch a woman in their life anyway.
See, look at it. See, you hear a lot of black women talk about, you know, like she's gonna go and say, you can't get any pussy. Man, what the fuck are you talking about? You can buy pussy. Hell, you've been selling yours. You know, like,
yeah, she probably is. Who is this girl?
Say that again. This is a Joy Taylor.
I don't even know. Do I know who that is?
She's the one that was having sex with
she's the one. Was it Shannon Sharp?
He wanted to have sex with her, I'm sure. Now this is the woman that was having sex with the ESPN executive and slept her way to the top, and then I think he got fired or something. I don't remember what happened, but she's still on TV here, and she's talking.
Okay, and she's talking like that.
Yeah, and she's going to say more. And then she's talking to the I don't know, Van Lathan or whatever the fuck his name is. He's a homosexual or something, but he's a big time Democrat. That he used to be on TMZ, and I think he melted down over some issue, and they put him off TMZ. It may have been Trayvon Martin or something. I can't remember.
Van Lathan, the one that went off about Kanye West and the slavery was a choice. The black dude with the bald head.
Van Lathan. Let me see where he is. He's this is him right here. I think this is him. He used to be on
Yep, that's him. Yep.
He used to be on TMZ, if I'm not mistaken. He was like a co-host, yeah.
Yeah,
So
he was a big face on TMZ.
Yeah, he was until I think some issue he got into a big shouting match with Harvey Levin. I think it was Harvey. And at that point, they dropped his ass, and now he's got his own show here. So this is her, and you just listen to like the transactional nature. She's talking about men and women, and again, she's engaged in the transactional nature, and I think she's half black or something like that. Her brother played football.
Themselves that OnlyFans models are curving them because they sent them $5.
Yeah.
It is this attack on femininity. It's not about masculinity.
Right. But let me ask you a question about the incels. Do you think the incels, do you care about the loneliness of the incel?
I think that male loneliness is a massive fucking problem.
Okay, so
I think non-pussy getting male.
Look how fucking vulgar this niggerish talks. I know she ain't full of niggerish, but this is her talking about white men primarily, and her saying incels. There really no black incels. They're all chasing pussy. And so she's talking about white men in a vulgar way, talking about they can't get pussy. I mean, just a vulgar talk.
Care about the loneliness of the incel.
I think that male loneliness is a massive fucking problem.
Okay, so
I think non-pussy getting male lonelies are deteriorating society. Yes, I think it is a massive problem.
What do you think the fix
One,
is?
I think we should legalize prostitution.
Okay.
I have been standing on this for decades, and I think that prostitution should be legalized.
Okay.
Wait.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
so she just said what she said about men not being able to have access or to get poom, but now she's talking about legalizing prostitution. So prostitution wouldn't exist if men weren't getting the poom.
Yeah. They can all go get it if they want it, right? Anybody can pay for it.
Okay.
But again, she's trying to humiliate white men, incels, who don't pay for it, who just live their lives without it. She can't fathom that. That's what you're incels. That they can't get any pussy. They talk about them vulgarly. Like look how vulgar that sounds.
So you have to let me know the exec that she's. Let me look it up. The exec that she slept with. Of course, he's not white, is he?
Yeah, he's white. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so where there you go. Okay, he can't help these people, but go ahead.
And so she wants to make prostitution legal. Like these people, everything is a step down. They never want to take a step up. How about create an environment where women don't want to prostitute themselves? No, make it legal. But then you say we objectify women. Isn't that at the height of objectivity? Making women objective objects, and that you just selling them on the street.
Yes, but that I think would be a massive solve.
Massive solve. Okay.
One
okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Ask follow-ups.
No. Follow up is what? Because that's a temporary loneliness fix, although it's effective. What would be a long-term fix to bringing people back together? What do you think?
Okay. So while it's a temporary fix, right? And many people will have some retorts to this, of course. It's not a simple solve, but I believe that straight male biology, and particularly men who have this sort of anger, is because they don't get physical intimacy, right? But they have convinced themselves the type of physical intimacy they would like is their favorite porn star.
See, they think like a lot of these blacks, and I know whatever, she's part black, whatever, but she's in that mindset that they're just getting pussy's everything, right? I've told you I had 1, 2, 3, at least 4 white male tenants. You might call them incels. They just don't, just didn't have any women. They were normal people. You wouldn't know that they get women unless you just, knew them. Normal, well-adjusted people. There's nothing wrong with that. Hell, women run around here talk about this celibate all the time. What the hell's different between a celibate woman and an incel man?
Or favorite OnlyFans girl, or this unattainable beauty on Instagram who is never, ever, ever, ever going to fuck you or meet you. Or
isn't it the same thing with the rich men and the women that want the upper echelon men? They're never going to get them. It's just the way of life. Making prostitution legal isn't going to solve that problem.
Or talk to you ever. So they don't look for the physical intimacy that is around them. They don't go outside of their home. They don't go down to the local library.
And neither did you. She went from being a radio jock to sleeping with the man at Fox News or something. I think it was Fox Radio, Fox Sports. Hey, she slept her way to the top.
They don't go to their local bar. They don't go join a social group in order to meet people because they feel that this fucking beautiful 10, whatever, is going to walk through their fucking front door and suck their dick. And that's never going to happen. But they
just look how vulgar this bitch is.
Sit there scrolling like, hey, in the DMs. And they believe then that the women are not responding to them because of feminism.
Wait a minute. So are you telling me that when the pizza guy shows up to the door?
Yeah, I don't suck his dick, actually.
I mean, but that's not real. That doesn't happen.
No. I know. The setups and porns are insane.
But
and you buffer past.
But I
do
don't.
you buffer past or not?
Well, I buy porn. So
all they do is
I'm a porn buyer.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
It's just sex all the motherfucking time. These people are still trying to figure out relationships in 2025. Still trying to fucking figure out relationships. Like, isn't any wonder their whole fucking lives are falling down? Like every day I look on YouTube and it's about she don't know how to act, what the brother man need, or this and that. Like, God damn, like y'all niggas can't figure this shit out and move on with your life. Hell, you might be better off being celibate in sales until you can figure out the basics.
Y'all niggas want fucking spyware on y'all computers and all of that stuff like that.
It's a lot.
I watched the BTS. I watched behind the scenes. I want to know.
Watch the interviews?
Yeah. I want to know.
This nigga spend his day watching how porn is made. That's why they can't build shit. He'd be complaining about it. I wonder what kind of porn he watches.
From not having physical intimacy, not having the ability to have sex, turns them into these raging psychopaths that then blame feminism.
Okay. If not having sex turns these white men into raging psychopaths, what explains the niggas that fucking all day and fucking their whole neighborhoods up? They never want to address the other side. I had white NCL tenants, they ain't fuck nobody up. They just came in, lived, worked, mind their own fucking business. And these blacks, everything boils down to sex for them. And this is what I said, this whole Puffy trial is really going to expose how blacks view relationships.
Exactly. It is relevant that she was with Ryan Leslie prior to ever meeting Dude. And y'all saying she's not on trial, but she kind of is. Because her behavior in the past is relevant to what happens with this man's future.
Well, how so? Just say more. I'm not following. How so?
They paint her as a fast little hussy.
Got it. That's what you're saying.
They paint her as somebody that maybe didn't have shit, didn't have no way of ever having shit.
I see what you're saying.
And saw a powerful man, was attracted to that, left the nigga she was with, deaded him, and went and signed up for all this shit, maybe not knowing what she was getting into. I don't want to sound like, I don't think she knew.
But and I think that might be the actual story. I don't think so either. But I think what you just painted might be the story. She might have been like, that's a lick. She might have got in there and said, fuck Kim. She might have got in all that shit,
right?
He did a lot.
The fake
fake event and whatever.
It's all sex all the time, and the result of all of this kind of shit, focusing on sex all the time.
People have HIV in Philadelphia.
over 40,000 people have HIV, either in North Carolina or South Carolina. I'm not sure. It's one or the other. I'm not sure. But I just recently saw a video of a girl saying that it was recorded to have, I believe, over 200,000 people had HIV in Texas. And the girl was saying like it was an event, a big event that happened. A lot of shit was going on. A lot of people got tested after that event, and 200,000, they recorded 200,000 people. 200,000 people. I just keep on saying it because my brain keeps on getting.
You know what? I've always been an advocate for withholding yourself or not putting yourself in certain environments because it's normalized not to have protection in a lot of these different places. We've spent
what different places? These niggas, they almost there, boy. They almost there.
So much time talking about Planned Parenthood and having children out of wedlock, which is a very important thing. Like, I'm not going to discount that at all. I think that people need to stop having children that can't afford them. People need to stop having children out of wedlock. People have to be a lot more careful of who it is that they choose to have children with. And then we also have to be very, very mindful of the cost it takes to raise a child. More importantly, we know that people regularly look at having abortions as a form of contraception. I don't agree with it whatsoever, but maybe that's just the conservative side in me. But the other part of the conversation that we don't talk about is the fact that most men that I know, and I've said this pretty often, they'll tell you that women do not even require for them to wear protection when they decide to bust it down for a real one. That's just real. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Very rarely, and men say this all the time, will a woman require for you to pull out some form of protection before she open up her legs to you. We have this super promiscuous culture that people just feel comfortable.
I'm glad he finally fucking said it, that it is true. He's coming around. I tell you, it's something really had struck a chord with him. Maybe he realizing that he can't, cater to these niggas and just keep making excuses for them because the fatigue is set in with many, many people here. And here's another clip of him.
We don't want to hear about your how many baby daddies you got at home.
And we don't want to hear about how many dogs you have. Your dog. And then on top, let me finish.
No. See, now the real. No. Hold on. The real you is coming.
No, I'm not hiding anything. To go around, let me finish.
No. Hold on. The real you is coming out now. You don't want to hear about your dog. Fuck you. Now. No.
Okay.
See, the thing that y'all don't understand is people know that y'all got a negative disposition towards them. White people know y'all hate them. And then when they return the same energy back to you, when they say, well, don't nobody want to hear about your ghetto kids at home that keep on writing on the wall all day, then you're going to get offended.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is the fatigue. These people want to impress upon you all their fucking problems. I'm aggrieved here. I'm a victim here. But then, they don't want to hear about none of your shit.
You can talk about their dogs and say, fuck you. But then if they call you an angry black woman and it's, and this is where the black fatigue comes from, is because y'all always.
And he explained this to the women. He need to get a panel of niggas up here and explain it to them. Why then people are fatigued with the motherfucking men too?
Victims, and you're never the aggressor. For some reason or another, y'all are always the ones that get offended. And then when you finally get called out on your, then it's, oh my God, I can't believe it. Diversity, equity, inclusion, and all of this other bull. You just exhibited exactly what men deal with on a regular basis. Now, white people are dealing with it. See, this is what men have been going through inside of their households. They've been knowing, and they've been dealing with the angry black woman syndrome for centuries or decades. Now, white people, the very ones that y'all join forces with, especially white women, they saying, okay, Shaquanda, how many times are you going to be aggressive in the workplace? And how much chicken are you going to steal out of a refrigerator? And when they then call y'all out on y'all bull, now it's you. We don't like to hear your dogs, and I didn't want to go to the potluck because your cat probably was standing on the counter. Now it's coming out. See, now we can start. Now we can get somewhere. because they can see the resting face. Y'all don't hide y'all emotions well. You think that everybody is supposed to tiptoe around y'all. And now they have black fatigue. Q, now you see what black fatigue is.
He explained it to them. They're not going to be able to see it. They're not going to believe it. That's why they're going to have to be confronted with this shit over and over and over again until it finally sinks in. The people are tired of this shit, you know. As I said, outside of the Puffy trial, you're going to see more black fatigue, I think. You're going to see it. Here's an example.
The first thing I'm going to do is smack a white boy with this rock. Yeah, I want to get shot. I'm bulletproof, bitch. I'm bulletproof, bitch. I'm bulletproof. Come near me. I don't need it. Come near me. You going to the motherfucking emergency room. White boys. Come near me. On camera. I'm going to kill you. On camera, bitch. The first thing I'm going to do is smack a white boy with this. When Sean Diddy walks out of that courtroom, the first thing I'm going to do is smack a white boy with this rock. Yeah, I want to get shot. I'm bulletproof, bitch. I'm bulletproof, bitch. I'm bulletproof. Come near me. I don't need it. Come near me. You going to the motherfucking emergency room.
This is a black outside of the courtroom where Puffy is on trial, and he said he gonna smack him a bitch. He gonna kill him a motherfucker. As soon as Puffy walk out of his courtroom, found not guilty here. And you know, again, here's what's going on in Louisiana. Nigga got up the record there. Looks like I'm kind of over there having open fire on the Louisiana joint there. I mean, it's just truly amazing some of the shit.
I don't know why anybody would want to hurt me.
This is how she looked after prosecutors say 16-year-old Michael Williams, along with 3 other teens, broke into her Del City home, beat her, and stole her car. Now Williams, the eldest teen, will be tried as an adult for the 9 felony charges he's facing.
Why did you have to beat me up?
According to court documents, he planned the attack, even bragging online, "I ain't going to lie, I think we killed her."
Did they not see in their minds that this was the wrong thing to do?
Ross says she is satisfied that Williams will be in the adult court system, but adds her sympathy.
A little bit of sadness for this young man because the road ahead of him is going to be bad. Why would they want to hurt me?
This is what Kay Ross looked like back on May 30th. Today, the 79-year-old is doing much better.
I think the good Lord just decided it wasn't my time to go yet, so.
Del City police say 4 teens broke into Ross's home. They beat her, robbed her, and then left her on the floor.
Because I still have a little bit of sensitivity over here where they hit me.
Last Friday, prosecutors filed a motion for 16-year-old Michael Williams to be tried as an adult. The other suspects are in the juvenile system.
I don't want to say I forgive them. I don't exactly forgive them.
Since then, Ross sold her home for her own safety. She's also received lots of support.
Damn woman had to leave her fucking home. God damn.
Support from family, friends, and her church.
They are the most wonderful bunch of people. I bet I had 20 people or more in this house the day we were packing.
Now, we can't get much information on the teens because they are being tried as juvenile.
And it's always the fucking case. They're always being tried as fucking juveniles. And, you know, nothing ever gets resolved with these people. Like, what the fuck? How the fuck you gonna charge them as juveniles? But you know, it brings up an interesting point here. I remember just the other day, Sean Bracey.
Violence when, again, our young black boys.
Crime committed by white people.
The most crime committed by white people, he said.
Black boys are not the violent ones in America. No matter how much they try to perpetrate it as that. Our young black men are moving forward. The majority of violent crimes that happen in America is 69% committed by white.
Oh shit, did I lose my connection here? Let me share it again. Let me stop it. Share it again. And you see this guy, he just can't be honest. And this is where the black fatigue is coming from here. You hear him say this, you just listen to this, and you just, hey, man, what the fuck are you living?
Violence when, again, our young black
most
boys.
crime committed by white people.
Most crimes committed by white people.
Our young black boys are not the violent ones in America. No matter how much they try to perpetrate it as that. Our young black men are moving forward. The majority of violent crimes that happen in America is 69% committed by white men.
And see,
so this whole idea that white people are safer than us is a lie, and is a fallacy that we got to stop. And this is a part of, for me, the black fatigue. Like literally, the FBI put out the stat. It's not me saying it. The FBI put out the stat. 69% of all violent crimes are done by white men.
Yep.
So
and not only that,
we got to stop allowing people to put the jacket on our young black men that all these YNs, black violence, when again, our young black
most
boys,
crime committed by white people.
Our young black boys are not the violent ones in America.
They're not.
No matter how much they try to perpetrate it as that.
And you know what's so crazy about this shit? What's so crazy about this is it was a black man on the panel, and he was like, yo,
niggas in America are in about 20 to 25 cities, right? You can't name a city in the world where 200-300 people were murdered randomly. Most of the niggas in America are in about 20 to 25 cities, right? You can't name a city in the world where 200-300 people were murdered.
And that's him. And he's saying, look, Sharon, look, shit, I'm seeing these white hella niggas gave themselves a name for their children. YN. Are there any young crackers? YCs? How the niggas embrace that shit? You gotta, you can't run from it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta embrace it. I mean, like, just like the nigger, their mind, listen. Why don't blacks try to at least just clean up the neighborhoods? You know, like cast down your bucket.
It's not your neighborhood.
It's where so you don't clean it up because it's not yours.
You live. That's what I'm saying. The point is you don't own that. Is you just
don't own that, right? You understand, right? This is it. This is how they think, and this gets very tiring for people. You know what I'm saying? To have to deal with this kind of shit. Day in, day out, like motherfuckers throwing trash. I showed the police officer pulled the lady over. You know, say, don't throw trash. Don't you want a nice neighborhood? And remember the black woman that said she stopped for lunch and she couldn't believe how nice the white neighborhood was. And you know, she tipped her hat to the white people though. I have to give her credit for that. She said, "Look, you white people, you know, you do make a nice neighborhood." Does anyone remember that? Like. And you know, on it goes, and like, these people really are tiresome. And it's just kind of amazing that they can't see. Someone says, "Who's supporting Puffy?" What?
$20 an hour if you wear a t-shirt.
Why do you feel that way?
So these are all paid protesters. You can get $20 an hour if you wear a t-shirt.
You gotta speak up.
She just got recruited, right?
I refuse.
You said no.
No.
It wasn't worth the 20.
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really sure what that is. Yeah, they just tried to pay me $20 to wear a free Puffy shirt.
Stop. I could tell because
the lady right there, she just kept convincing me to go wear a shirt, and I'm like.
She said he was going to give her a Diddy coin. Diddy just released a Diddy coin.
That's what. So just $20. And if you guys if you need $20, all you have to do is wear
$20 in Diddy coin.
free puff shirt. And you said no. Yes. Did they say how many hours?
$20 an hour. And she told me she got paid like $6 yesterday for standing out in 3 hours.
Yeah. The blacks, you pay them to do anything, they do anything. They do anything, they support anything. You know, and I showed a video a while back of a black woman getting hit with a bowling ball, and damn if the blacks aren't taking bowling balls and using them as weapons. And then, blacks. Strong ass blacks. So this is the second time we've seen this. Yeah, straight now. She hit the ground real quick. Oh man, every day. You know, man, you go through this, you cannot help but have black fatigue. Oh, this was a beautiful one right here. A beautiful.
Bitch. Go ahead. I'm serious. What? No, look. Fuck the talking, bitch. Go ahead. I'm serious. Make your move first, because I can't touch you first. If I won't touch you, I refuse. You won't get up. No, I'm gonna break your whole shit. I'm gonna break your whole. You think I'm playing? And you're gonna keep on talking, and I'm gonna break your whole shit. But I want you, big bro. I call you big bro. I'm great. I was this nigga. So I swear to God, yo. I don't, baby boy. I was baby boy. You don't want me to touch you. I'm asking you. I'm African, nigga. Stop playing with me, bitch. Stop playing.
Black on black knowledge, ladies and gentlemen. Slap him again.
Serious?
Bro. He touched you, bro. Good night on salmon, bro.
Fuck out of here.
Why didn't he take his knife out and just stab the motherfucker? Ain't that what they do now? Take out their fucking knives and just stab people. Huh? Why he ain't stabbing? He just ate those licks. Yes, he did. I wonder why he ain't just stabbed the nigga. He should have stabbed him. He touched him. That would be legal, wouldn't it? Just take out your knife and just fucking gut him. Oh, Stanley, the black fatigue is so strong, even amongst other blacks. I mean, people they're fucking tired, bro. They are fucking fit to be tired. Just fucking tired, Stanley. And, you know, it's everywhere you go, Stanley. And even the music, Stanley, you wouldn't believe the music, Stanley. Listen.
Can you shove it in my guts? Can I put it in my throat? Can I take it back? I wanna know. Hey, low, do that deep. Can I put it in my throat? Can I see it while you fuck me from the back? I want hang low, do that deep, hang low, do your deep.
It's the music of this generation, Stanley, the ladies, the women, the men, all going to hell, Stanley. All going to hell, you know. It's a very unfortunate thing, Stanley. 52% of Philadelphia adults are functionally illiterate. Stanley, that black fatigue meter is running wild here, running wild. You know, Stanley, I saw Be Brave. I don't know if you saw Be Brave. What? I can't even get to the Be Brave clip. It's my graduation. This is how they graduate, Stanley. Let me see if I can get to this. Yikes. Med school graduate. Slavery reparations vetoed in Maryland. Oh, this is a good one.
Who's going? What's up? What's up?
Now I want to know.
Who's going?
Call him and do something. Call him and do something, my nigga.
Call who?
The law like you want to.
Oh, I will. But I've already, the owners don't want anybody parked in the driveway. Huh?
We keep eye on this shit, bitch. You don't.
I don't need you to.
What are you gonna break into my house?
It's not yours. It's not yours. Stop saying it's yours.
I represent the owner.
You're not the owner.
But I represent the owner.
You don't represent the owner.
But I do.
You work for the owner. You don't represent him.
I represent him. Trust me.
Ugly
Go
ass.
ahead.
Ugly ass.
And they leave the kids sitting outside. You believe it?
White man just fatigued. He can't believe it.
Do that. Do that. What's it gonna?
I'm just gonna let the cops know. I'll just let the police know.
Call the police, pussy.
What's up, man? Well, they shouldn't park in the driveway.
They talked to the dude that do the property manager said,
Yeah,
as long as there's nobody working over there, they can park there.
No, that's not true.
That's what he said. The property manager.
Well, no, but he's not the property manager.
The dude that comes by here in the
It says property masters.
Yeah.
Right. He's the general contractor.
Okay.
I work for the owner of this property.
Who owns this property? Fannie Mae Foundation.
No, that's not who owns it.
Yes, Fannie Mae Foundation bought this house and is
But
rewritten.
I represent the owner of this property.
Who is the owner?
That's none of your business. I don't have to tell you anything.
Then call the police and get your cars.
Well, that's what I'm going to do, man. So I asked them nicely.
Telling you what the man said. I'm just
No, I understand, but they're general contractors. Okay. They don't want to deal with militant people.
They're not militant. They just parked there because
Why?
this house has been empty for 8 years.
I understand, man. I've been in this business 20 years. You think this is my first rodeo? Dude, I've been doing this a long time, dude. I've dealt with people like this my whole damn for the last 20 years. And I asked nicely last week, just don't park here because we need access to the freaking driveway.
Mikey, I'm pretty fair for old square. I'm come out the house, go get me something to eat, and they are.
You know, come out there, go get some meat.
Going, man.
Fried
Anyway.
chicken. Fried chicken.
No, they ain't gonna fight.
Oh, hell
It ain't
no.
worth it.
Oh, fuck no. I gotta get back to work, man. But I come out different days, man. Well, no, it's my job. It's my job. I gotta take pictures, man. No, man. It's just I'm as nice as it.
I don't know what the fuck militant is.
See what I mean? See what I got to deal with? I haven't been racial or nothing, man. I'm cool. For real, man. I've been nothing but nice.
This is how they're dealing with blacks. This is how they're dealing with blacks. Stanley, don't make me call up some of these rape victims that I know. Some of them been raped in my house, nigga. I'll call them. We find out who they was raped by. He gonna get his ass whooped. What's wrong with recording,
I'm
nigga?
being threatened. My life's being threatened.
Yeah.
I gotta
Hell
come here
yeah.
once a week.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bitch.
I didn't.
This how these niggas just
I
talk.
didn't say anything, but please don't park in my driveway.
Don't park. No, we asking niggas, yeah, just ask you that. Trespassing, Stanley, that
I
ain't a
said, please
crime.
don't park in the driveway.
You said what it's like dealing with blacks. What it's like dealing with these motherfucking. The fatigue is setting in just watching this shit. They could have just moved them fucking ragged ass cars. They got one car in the other driveway broke down. They just they God's problem to the world here. Ain't no nothing. Still cursing. Even though they in the wrong, they still cursing.
See what I mean?
Still cursing.
You know what they say? The loudest one is the weakest one.
Yeah. Shit, now you want to fight. Now they want to fight. Can you imagine? Would you want to be these niggas' neighbor? Would you want to be these niggas' neighbor? How fast would your fatigue set in if you were these niggas' neighbor? It would set in pretty fast. It would set in pretty fast there. The Bears are getting the hell up out of Chicago, that nigga around that city. I don't blame them. They tell the mayor they up out of there. Who can blame them? Here's look at this. They just do some of the most inexplicable shit. Look, niggas just kicking up plants. Just kicking up plants. Just walking down the street, they see some fucking plants. They just want to kick them. You know, it's just inexplicable sometimes the things they do. just makes you wonder sometimes, like, you know, what the fuck is going through this little kid's mind? The plants, they did nothing to him. Nothing to them. Look at him. Look at him. Punching the fucking plants, bro. What the fuck the plants do? What did the plants do? These people just have violence on their mind. Well, if they see a threat from a plant, Stanley, they take this violence right back to the schoolhouse, and they're not learning much. As we covered all last week by covering the schools. I mean, this is just a profit factor for the people that run the schools here. And you see this little boy, I mean, like, what in the fuck? Forget about where the parents are, one. Like, what possesses a child to do this? It's fucking weird, bro. Fucking weird. And again.
I am. Okay, well, congratulations. Came home, 25 to life. I killed my mom and dad, nigga. Are you proud of that? Nigga. Are you proud of that? I am. Okay, well, congratulations. Good for you. Ready to you right now.
You hear that? The niggas say, I killed my mom and dad. The white man trying to apply logic. Like, nigga, are you proud of that? Yeah, I am.
Are you proud of that? I am. Okay, well, congratulations. Good for you. Ready to you right now. Right now. In front of everybody, I'll blow your.
Like, can you imagine trying to deal with a nigga that's bragging about killing his mom or daddy? Logic, gone. You just stay out of their way. Fatigue.
Face off right now. I'll blow your face off right now. I got 100 witnesses here saying he was threatened. This is a subway. We all stop. Fucking me. That's what I'm telling you. You ain't fucking nobody with me standing right here. That's what's happening. You ain't fucking. Everybody knows you're gangster now, so one way I'll ride home.
That's the way it's gonna have to be done. Then these weak motherfuckers know, like, hey, nigga, you wanna just keep on killing, nigga, you're gonna have to start killing a lot more people. And these fucking blacks. Oh man, we've seen this video. This one. I want to see this.
The dot, nigga.
Oh.
Bitch, I'm so.
Oh, this is. Oh.
The dot, nigga. Bitch, I'm so nervous.
She on whatever. My girl been in jail for so long, that pussy been marinating. While you happening and dropping it all day, every day.
No way. Hold this. I'm finna show you something, bitch. Hold this. Hold on. I'm finna show. Get your phone. I'm finna show. Bitch, watch this. Bitch, you wanna hear it? Bitch, you wanna hear it? Watch this. Get the fuck on. Hold on. Be quiet. No. Get the fuck on. Bitch, you wanna hear it? Get the fuck on. There you go. Look, be quiet. No. Be quiet. You're trying. Be quiet. Get the fuck out of my car. Bitch, stop playing. Bitch, stop playing. Bitch, stop playing. Bitch, go back your head. Don't get my phone. Stop playing. Bitch, stop playing. It get wet in the field, bitch. It get wet in the field. Bitch. It get wet, bitch. I'm finna show you, bitch. Watch this. My fingers is new. My sister got me fucked up. Watch this. Listen, shut the fuck up.
You're waiting to feel like this, bitch. You're waiting to feel like this, bitch. Wet in the motherfucking field like this, bitch. Stanley. Stanley, man, I tell you what, we down in the hole here, Stanley. Real down in the hole, Stanley. You can't deny it. And the fatigue is set in. It don't seem like the blacks can really do much better, Stanley. Like, shit. You know, I show you sometimes I walk around the neighborhood, bro. Shit is everybody seem to be kind of tired of the blacks, Stanley. This morning, even I was on a ride. This morning I was coming in. And the Uber driver was saying, damn, why do they have so many red light cameras? Why don't the police just pull people over that are speeding instead of just, having this low speed limit? Speed limit is 25 miles per hour in all of DC. And so they get everybody because they're too fucking afraid to pull the blacks over. So they pull everyone over. Oh, shit. Lisa sent me this. Oh man, maybe I lost my screen. Let me see if I can share this with you again. Lisa just sent me this. Can y'all see my screen here? A special cover by SI Sports Illustrated. When was this printed here? May 4th, 1998. Special report. Pro athletes have fathered startling number of out-of-wedlock children. One NBA star has 7. Paternity cases have disrupted team. What's happening? You could buy this shit for $25. Oh, man. In 1996, 1998, whatever the fuck it is. May 4th, 1998. Close-up portrait of Khalid Minor, son of Boston Celtics, Greg Minor. I think that was Baby Jordan. My lovely lady Lisa sent me that just a few minutes ago. I'll tell you. Every day, guys, every fucking day. The fatigue is setting in so many people. Damn. It's unfucking believable. This can't be real right here. Well, I'll give you some positive news here. I see that, don't I? I don't know if you guys know about this.
Closer, DC is getting ready to celebrate on multiple levels. One major event is the World Pride Music Festival that'll happen near the old RFK Stadium site on the grounds there. This music festival will serve as the centerpiece of city's World Pride celebration, coinciding with the 50th anniversary of DC Pride. And joining us now is executive producer of World Pride Music Festival, Jay Amaro.
June 6th and 7th, we're expecting over 80,000 guests over 2 days. Incredible list of headliners. Super excited to welcome everyone.
Yeah, I've been seeing the post. Jennifer Lopez, I'm very excited as well as one of your main headliners. Tell us more about what people can expect there on the grounds.
Absolutely. Jennifer Lopez, Paris Hilton, Troye Sivan, Sophie Tucker, RuPaul, the list goes on.
You guys start with Pride tomorrow. This will run through June 8th.
Marquee event days, and Jennifer is going to be taking the stage on Friday night, Troye Sivan Saturday night, and we have quite a few surprises as well.
Ooh, surprises. We love surprises. All right, tell us more about Pride, obviously bigger event than usual.
Absolutely. So World Pride is like the Olympics. Every 2 to 4 years, they pick a different city globally. And for the first time in history, it's coming to our nation's capital and quite likely could be one of the last World Prides in North America for quite some time. So really excited to welcome so many people from all over the world to come celebrate with us.
All right, you guys are coming back to DC. Is this something that ever ahead of time we know when the next destination will be, or will DC pass on the so-called proverbial torch, if you will, at the end of Pride?
Great question. Yeah, DC will pass the torch over to Amsterdam, which will be taking it over next. So this will be truly historic and special.
All right. And of course, for people who are maybe just joining us and may not know exactly the extent of Pride, you all are, of course, all inclusive here, looking to highlight and make awareness for the LGBTQ plus community. Outside of the events, I'm sure that there's awareness and other things that are happening. Jake, walk us through the next couple of weeks here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the celebration is for all. All are welcome. And, everyone from, all walks of life are welcome to come celebrate with us. Celebration kicks off this weekend. And Shakira is doing a big concert in a couple of weeks. And then we get ready for our big marquee weekend, June 6th and 7th. So it's going to be special. I really can't wait.
It's going to be good for me. I'll be cleaning up after a lot of gays, I guess. The gays are coming to town. The gays are coming to town there. Anyway, I had a couple more things. I think I got a couple more things. So is it you? Right. It looks like they're saying that there were defective locks on the cells in New Orleans. But shit, I thought they went through the damn toilet. So anyway, very interesting. Here in DC, I have you know that we are having a lot of trouble with the YNs here. You see that here. Chaos in Navy Yard, DC again. I'll let you hear this. That's a big fight right there. With the YNs fighting. And so they built a baseball stadium here. A large group of juveniles have been involved in a fight right near the baseball stadium there. A helicopter had to be deployed. And again, like there's more police deployed. You can see that there. Just a constant fighting. And, you know, every city in America, particularly, it seems to be they're going to where commercial activity is taking place. I have a buddy that works at the National Harbor, and that's where they say this fight may have started at the National Harbor. Matter of fact, let me call him. Let me call him real quick here. Let me see if he's available. Make sure I'm connected here. Let's see.
What it boils down.
Right, I got it. So I'm connected. All right. And let me call him. Let's see if he answers here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, hello. 7-3. Oh, all right, no answer there. But anyway, so he's been telling me about all the trouble that they're having at the National Harbor there in Prince George's County. Juveniles were dispersed from a meetup in National Harbor, and ambulance had to be requested in at least one incident. And so then they came into DC, and wow, look what they did last night. Jeez, it's crazy. Again, this is a very high-end area of Washington, D.C., right on the waterfront there. I guess it's Potomac River, maybe. Anyway, so you can see all the high-end buildings here. And it's Friday night. Was it Friday night? Yeah, it shut it all down. Again, these are roving packs of young blacks just going from one tourist destination, commercial neighborhood to another, just raising hell. Eh? And again, this is just a destruction. We've shown you destruction at CVS, all over the cities and all across America. And again, this is a brand new area. I mean, this is sprang up out of nowhere. It's mostly industrial. And you can see what the kids are doing, destroying this area just by, showing up, fighting their mere presence, not spending any money. which is the most important thing. They're not spending any money, but they're coming and just destroying, kind of like a locust. And anyway, so I think this is a good way to end the show, and I think it really highlights the fatigue that these people are coming into neighborhoods that they don't even live. In the case of the National Harbor, hell, that's a convention center area, and they're coming there creating just the same problems. Again, not living there, but raising hell for people in the National Harbor. We've heard on this show within the last week, Six Flags and the Washington Redskins are moving out of PG County. So the National Harbor is really their biggest investment in the county. And the blacks are attacking it, going up having fights, meetups, things like that. And so they're going to have a hard time keeping the National Harbor because it's a big convention center. And if these kids are showing up while they're having conventions, those people are going to pick different places to have their conventions. So again, the locust, the nightshade keeps spreading there. Thank you for joining. Make sure you support the channel. We're always doing $20 a day for Portia J. She was up here early. She creates all the thumbnails, all this stuff in the background. It gets the show, keeps the show going here. So again, $20 a day for Portia J. All of our other hosts, we have HB tune in. When is HB coming back, Portia? You have any idea? Universal, he was up here for a bit. Of course, our cantankerous Stanley Cross. And we haven't seen Get Crack in a while, but Get Crack as well. And of course, me, John Galt. You can support Cash Apps and Streamlabs as well. Once again, thank you all for joining. We have 32 people in the audience as we speak. And I hope you check us out again. I started to do a live stream today outside street interviews. I haven't ruled it out, but I haven't ruled it in yet. So keep the notifications on. You never know. You might see us doing a live stream today. Once again, support the channel. Thanks for joining. This nigga has the motherfucker, by the way. Let me go fast forward. I am the nigga, John Galt. This high ass nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about the lean. Back in the day, crack was jumping on the scene. Now they slumped on the sidewalk. Can't talk. Golden era baby, but we still feel the rock. They used to be kings, now they lost in the scheme. Popping them bottles, throwing money, living dreams. Now they zoned out and mumbling, fumbling. No rhythm in the city, the whole shit crumbling. They used to rock the house, they was riding through the streets. Remember there was dancing, sliding to the beat. Now it's poison in their veins, ain't no pulse on the street. Guess it's over now, they accepted defeat. Back in the day, the rock had them wild and free. Different story now, they got no energy. New drugs got them slow with the hit unload. Out close and they don't dance no more. Block used to be jumping, type shit they was on. Now it's lights out, guess the thrill is gone.
I am the nigga. I bring it to your rough, rugged, and raw, nigga.
They don't dance no more. It's all about the codeine. Back in the day, they was rocking on the scene. Even dancing in the rain. Now they not in love. Shit just don't hit the same.
I am the nigga.